taking a freshman and teaching her math. I'll keep her guessing until she a grad. She always leaves them guessing, they don't know what's next, man. Learned it from the best, man. She loving every lesson with hands-on sessions, points for attendance. She asks a lot of questions, I answer with my presence. I sit back while I'm texting, said she wants to get in, said she'll bring her best friend. Know what happened next, man, you know what happened next, man. Treat her like a guest, man, rolling out the best, man. She had a confession, yeah. She wanna stay for a minute, she wanna play for a minute, she wanna slay for a minute, and now I'm all up in it. I'll be back in a minute, I'll be back in a minute, make a track in a minute, and now I'm all up in it. No sleep, these girls don't even know me. Like Drake, I'm getting trophies. You want it, girl, then show me, yeah. And we ain't getting no sleep, these girls don't even know me. Like Drake, I'm getting trophies. You want it, girl, then show me. Cause we ain't getting no sleep, yeah. No, we ain't getting no sleep, yeah.
They say, rock, rock, rock. You say, blah, blah, blah. Talk is cheap, homie. Talk is cheap, homie. Blah, 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 blah. Can't be no one else but yourself. You the best at being yourself. Remember that and never doubt it. Stand up, hello world, shout it. Leave a mark, build your legacy. Make them words count, live your fantasy. It's your life, time to live it right. Show the world what you're all about. Let them haters hate, let them doubters doubt. They don't really know what you all about. Let them talkers talk while you walk the walk. They don't really know what you all about. You only need yourself and the one and only. Even when you stand alone, you're never lonely. Take the path, let's travel. One day you reach your true level. Allow yourself to take your place on your space. It's your birthright. Let your work outshine the talk. Let them shine, light up the dark. Let them haters hate, let them doubters doubt. They don't really know what you all about. Let the talkers talk while you walk the walk. They don't really know what you all about. They say, rock, rock, rock. You say, blah, blah, blah. Talk is cheap, homie. Talk is cheap, homie. Blah, 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 blah. Let them haters hate, let them doubters doubt. They don't really know what you all about. Let them talkers talk while you walk the walk. They don't really know what you all about. Yeah. Yeah.
Super producers.
I need a smoke where the max is. I'm a king, fuck your status. Getting dough, I pay no taxes. I'm a star in all fashions of the word, bro. I'ma flip the bird, bro. Coming through in foreigns and all you hear is skirt, ho. All polo and some white shoes. Funny thing now is I'm a nice dude, but when you cross that line, it ain't the right move. But my tender bitch is what I like knows. Oh yeah, can you feel that? I'm giving y'all that real rap. I'ma get the money, make the deal fat. Making hits with a steel bat. The Audi Quattro or that Monte Carlo. Which whip will I whip tomorrow? Got 6 chicks down to sip the bottle. Go coast to coast, I can ship the cargo. I don't really know if these people keep it real. I'm just telling all you fuckers how the homie really feel. And I'm looking up to God, can you tell me what's the deal? I'm just waiting for your answer at the altar where I kneel. I need a smoke, where the matches. I'm a king, fuck your status. Getting dough, I pay no taxes. I'm a star in all fashions of the word, bro. I'ma flip the bird, bro. Coming through in foreigns and all you hear is skirt, huh? Let me get the money, I see you bitches acting funny, can't take nothing from me, nah. Rapping blunts like mummies, yeah. We freed the homie when he caught a bid. I roll around, you can't stop the kid. Truth be told, I'm hot as shit. Just say what up when you spot a kid. Real talk, I'm trying to speak the truth. I stay loyal, bro, to my roots. Since 15, I've been in the booth. At 16, I was on the move. Used to ride in that old Chevy. Now we out here show ready. I can see the bull, you're so petty. You can have your shine, my glow heavy. I need a smoke, where the matches. I'm a king, fuck your status. Getting dough, I pay no taxes. I'm a star in all fashions of the word, bro. I'ma flip the bird, bro. Coming through in foreigns and all you hear is skirt, huh?
Don't like me, 'cause I'm on the road, yeah. Alright, let's go.
Don't like me, well I'm on the road. I speed, chase, that's what I love. Can't see what I can't control. Did it once, yeah, do it once again. Watch my father, yeah, he taught me how to win. Cop new product, money taught me how to spin. Waves like water, music taught me how to swim. I'ma fill my bottle way up to the brim. Back then, yeah, I never talked at all. Ashes, yeah, let them bitches fall. I've been way better than before. Posted with my cash standing tall. Hey yo, watch this. Got a foreign gold switching for my necklace. Got $100,000 on my checklist. All the money you made, that's my work slip. You ain't learning. I be a new person. I be making money fast. They be so determined. I be working every day. Yeah, I'm up on my circuit. Get me another diamond chain, made it from the surface. I been hurting. Would you live with me straight till the end? Baby, don't leave my back. I'm too spent. This is what I got, yeah, it's how it been. But that's okay, 'cause I'm making ends. Don't like me, well I'm on the road. I speed, chase, that's what I love. Can't see what I can't control. Did it once, yeah, do it once again. Watch my father, yeah, he taught me how to win. Cop new product, money taught me how to spin. Waves like water, music taught me how to swim. I'ma fill my bottle way up to the brim.
Back then, yeah, I never talked at all. Ashes, yeah, let them bitches fall. I've been way better than before. Posted with my cash standing tall.
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude.
You say I'm sure I did that too. Oh baby, egos clashing, dreams crashing. Happened to me and you, from lovers to strangers. When everything changes, when we tear out the pages, and only one word is left. Please let just be quiet until the next riot. Just give us some time for the wounds to heal. is broken. Let's just leave it for now. We need some perspective just to understand how what is broken for now.
Don't like me, 'cause I'm on the road, yeah. Alright, let's go. Don't like me, well I'm on the road, I speed, chase, that's what I love. Can't see what I can't control. Did it once, yeah, I do it once again. Watch my father, yeah, he taught me how to win. Cop new product. Waves like water, music taught me how to swim. I'ma fill my bottle way up to the brim. Back then, yeah, I never talked at all. Ashes, yeah, let them bitches fall. I've been way better than before. Posted with my cash standing tall. Hey, yo, watch this. Got a foreign gold switching for my necklace. Got $100,000 on my checklist. All the money you made, that's my work slip. You ain't learning.
Hi. Hello. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties there. Like so many technical, like all of the, that was a disaster. I just realized my computer needs to update, but I already had everything running and stuff, so we'll see. Hopefully it's okay. Also, can I get a sound check? Is anybody out there? Is anybody listening? Can you hear me? That's all. Well, everything happened. My USB hub thing is like disconnecting everything. I don't know why. So I just had to reset it a bunch. It's gonna be great. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I had to reset everything like 12 times before it was all working. Like my mic and my stream deck and fucking mouse and all that. Too much power. I'm too powerful, really. It's a big day in news. Obviously there's the Trump thing. I forget what the exact charges were, but he's a creepy motherfucker at the end of the day. And also the defamation. He didn't even show up to fucking testify. He just went golfing, allegedly. I'm not sure if that's confirmed, but he chose not to testify. Oh yeah, and then there's just all of the murder. A big day for murder. W murder. Texas is like just dissolving into chaos. I don't really know. I don't know what's happening over there. Texas is not okay. You know what? I would be okay if Texas wanted to secede again. I think that would be okay. I think we could probably get by without them. Their energy grid is already separate. So that could work out. That could work out. What else? Everything is terrible. I guess that's like most of what I've been hearing about today. Oh yeah, the coronation bullshit. Lots of people being arrested for protesting it. I saw like Just Stop Oil was there like the whole time. A lot of their people got arrested. I'm sure a lot of other organizations too. Some bullshit. Oh yeah, the WGA strike. I don't actually have updates on that. I just know that it's still happening. Oh, there was ooh, there was some clip. I wasn't sure I was gonna play it, but I really want to see it. Apparently some exec like fucked up and like said some shit on air that he shouldn't have. God, there's just too much going on. I can't keep up, man. So, we're gonna let Philly keep us up. It's literally his job, so. Thanks, Phil. Oh, he has this crazy story about why the military is now tracking your kids? Monko. The fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, this is
where
only 5 minutes.
the studios are and where the writers are right now.
Hush. Yeah, we can start with this CEO taking an L. It's a good way to start out. Oh yeah, I added a new button in case you decide to act up. I'm watching you. We pegging CEOs? Yeah, let's go.
And so what is the trigger that actually puts them back together besides just time?
I think a love for the business and a love for working. We all came into this business because we love storytelling. Yeah. We want to entertain, and when we're at our best.
Oh yeah, Mr. CEO likes to work. That's why he's a CEO, obviously. Obviously. Bro.
We get a chance to have an impact on the culture.
So that right there is CEO of Warner Brothers, David Zaslav, who says that the strike that the WGA is in the just opening days of will be broken because of a love of the work. That is, after all, what all of these mega...
Just a love of the game. Yeah, these people, they just love working for pennies, literal pennies.
Corporations are about. It's just everybody coming together because they love it evenly. Look, I think a lot of the writers are in it at the end of the day for the love of the work. If they just wanted to make money, there are easier ways to make money. I think that they are artists.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't exactly pay well, but they should, get paid. A little bit.
Creative people, but they also want to be able to live when doing their creative stuff. And look, I will say, and I'm sure many of the people discussing this video probably are not going to acknowledge, he does also come out and say, in order to create good storytelling, we need great writers. He says he wants writers to feel like they're valued, which they are, and compensated fairly. So he does go out and say, we're going to try to negotiate and all that stuff. But the idea that it's just about the love of the game.
That's fucking cap. If they were going to negotiate, they wouldn't have just said no. And no, we won't negotiate. That's like just fluff bullshit.
When for him, it sure seems as if the love of the work isn't enough for him to do it. Or else, why did they pay him this last year $39 million? Why did the year before that, including stock options, why did he pull in $246.6 million in 1 year? It sure seems like the love of the work is good, but I'd like $250 million, please.
Yeah.
So anyway, will he end up being an ally? That remains to be seen. But it seems a little bit condescending to talk like that about people who are holding out for what they seem like an existential crisis.
A little bit condescending. Oh, don't you want to get back to work? Haven't you had enough fun on the picket line? Fuck that.
I don't see you. People think I do this for my near $300 million payout, but actually, it was Space Jam 2. I'm gonna be real with you. The way LeBron just interacted with those cartoons, it's the love of it. You know what I mean? It's the love of story, and I love
Porky Pig's character arc made me weep.
Yeah,
that's why I wake up in the morning.
It's amazing to me the BS these guys get away with, and the fact that there's no follow-up question, John, which is exactly that. Right. Would you still do this job, sir, if you were making what writers made, right? Or not even what writers made, but I don't know, a sixth more of what writers made instead of 100 times as much as they make. And the answer is no. And first of all, studios are gonna wait.
I mean, a lot of the execs are really disconnected with what a living wage even is. They don't fucking know. You're lucky if they know what a carton of egg costs. That's at the core of the wealth inequality, is that they do think that the writers don't deserve the royalties from streaming services. They don't see a reason for that because they don't understand like technology, but like also like refuse to admit that like that revenue is generated from the writer's creativity. Like,
They are prepared for this. They are not going to give up their second or third homes. CEOs won't. Everyone else is going to suffer. It's not just writers. It's production workers. It is people who are, just waiting and pending, and they're all going to suffer because studios can and want to wait this out. And so we will see. It's going to be a really tough fight, but again, it is a fight that needs to happen now, because if writers don't take this stand now, it is only downhill from here for them, and then again for everyone else who works on productions like this.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. By the way, the other guys around the table on that thing, they were all like, they kept coming back to, well, some people think this strike is good. Some people think more about it. Some people, these are tens of thousands of people's livelihoods, but for them, it's all just like, there was a number on a thing in New York that went up. That's all it is for them at the end of the day. Anyway, little updates on some of what's going on. Some companies are coming out and saying that they are going to be putting a halt on projects, even projects where the scripts are finished. That's what a lot of them are using as a way to say we're still going to keep going forward.
Sure.
Stranger Things is halted. They're not going forward with it, even though I guess the scripts had been completed. Andor season 2 is going forward, as is House of the Dragon. So a lot of people are looking to see, which side a lot of these people come down on. And it's not strictly speaking like that they have to stop because they still need the writers, but like still, it's a complex situation. I think a lot of them are going to approach it in different ways.
Yep. Well, now we know where the picket line will be.
But thankfully, it won't be crossing through Hawkins.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day.
Rip Bozo. Oh, God. It's just so frustrating. Like, I've heard Caroline Kwan talk about it quite a bit, and like, it really is the bare minimum. Like, they could be asking for so much more. And they still won't budge. So, whatever. Fuck them. I hope the strike goes on as long as it takes,
Today, we're breaking down what's really going on with this messy Selena Gomez scandal, talking how big or small.
Wait, what happened with Selena Gomez? I haven't heard anything about that.
All it is that Trump just lost an abuse and defamation case. Really concerning news coming out of Pakistan. We're talking all of that and so much more on today's brand new Philip DeFranco show. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's just jump into it, you beautiful bastards. Starting with, please brace yourself for, without a doubt, the weirdest phone call to be leaked in 2023 so far.
So far.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey, Alex, it's Tucker. Do you have a minute to talk?
Absolutely.
I was thinking we could do a show together where we're topless and we suck each other's nipples and sort of play with them a bit. It would be a comment on gender
really
roles, sort of a funny parody thing.
So Alex Jones there.
That sounds like a great idea. He said, that sounds like a great idea. Immediately. It's like, I'm so down. I'm so down.
Together where we're topless and we suck each other's nipples and sort of play with them a bit. It would be a comment on gender roles, sort of a funny parody thing.
So Alex Jones there is real. That's actually him, but Tucker's voice is not. Instead, that was an AI voice clone created by Canadian prankster Chris James, also known by the
standing ovation for this man. Incredible. Well done.
a streamer named Prank Stallone. He apparently somehow got the phone numbers for both Jones and Carlson, faked being Carlson to call Jones, with Alex initially buying into it, but
objectively praxis, right?
Eventually realizing the trick and then hanging up, which is where it might have ended had not Jones then devoted a whole 30 minutes of his show to talk about the incident and even threaten James with litigation.
Hey, let me tell the little prankster, Prank Stallone, something. Tucker Carlson's lawyers are involved in what you did, we believe is a crime. So I think even though you think you're safe up in Canada, you're gonna get arrested for what you did yesterday. So keep laughing, you little arrogant person.
And after that, he goes on to...
I don't think you can be arrested for that. I don't think that's a crime. Not like that. I mean, I guess impersonation. It's so funny though.
rant about the dangers of misinformation, he's the best guy for that. Right, in order to pay over $1 billion to the families of Sandy Hook victims. But that said, while he is
I'd like to speak to the manager of Canada. Oh my god. Trudeau, who is your manager? Oh my god. Incredible. The way he fell for it too, like, it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good.
Is someone who peddles it for a living, yeah, the dangers of AI misinformation and deepfakes is a real thing. We've talked about this on the show for a while. Which, if anything, the bad news is that this is like the least horrible use of AI voice cloning or deepfakes or misinformation that we've seen recently. And it's really only going to get worse. And then Americans are on edge right now.
That's true. That's a good point. It is going to get a lot worse. I don't know. We're probably going to have like World War III start with a fake AI, like, PSA or something. Oh my god, by the way, I forgot I wanted to show this to you guys. Did you see the FBI PSA? The shit is real fucked. I didn't even believe this was real, because it was Rhizome who showed it to me, and I was like, no way. There's no way this is real, right? Like, this is he's trolling me, like, he's gonna reveal in a few minutes that it was not the FBI. No, it is. It is very much the FBI, and it is literally, like, an educational, like, here's what you should do if you are in a mass shooting PSA. So... trigger warning, it's called Run, Hide, Fight. I hope you're ready for this. Emotionally. I need to, like, cut the lo-fi, because that's just not the vibe. Okay. Some of the content you're about to see may be disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Ad break, no. Okay, I'll wait, because this is very important. I forgot. I need to, like, reduce my ad breaks. Yeah, this shit is very fucked up. Like, incredibly fucked. But this is, like, trying to teach you, like, basic readiness training, I guess. It's just like basic America shit. Normal day in America. Oh, you want to go out for a holiday? Like, no. Be prepared to analyze all your exits. Like, it's so fucked, dude. Is it still happening? I can't tell. Wait, where's my ad button? It went away. I'm back? Okay. I didn't want to watch this alone.
Hi, can I get you started with drinks?
Oh, sorry, I gotta take this.
We'll need a minute.
No, I'm here.
6, I'm sorry.
Now you need to back up. You can't be here anymore. Get out of my face, man. You think I'm afraid of you? Get off, man! 911, there's a clip.
Running makes you harder to hit and increases your chances of survival. I guess. Sure. If we're gonna just like blame the victims, like I guess that makes sense. Like, oh, you should have ran faster. Oh, you should have been like able-bodied and like able to run away fast. Like, I don't know how helpful this is in general. Like, some people just like freeze under pressure. Like, I don't know if that's like something you can just like reasonably like overcome in the moment. Like,
Police, where is he?
By the bar, blue jeans, black shirt. Empty hands up, follow their instructions.
I'm in the direct line of fire.
as if the cops would just be there. Like, they're just gonna be there right away. What do you mean? Where did they come from?
I head for either exit, but I have other options to help me survive.
Great. You have other options. You can now blame victims in all these different ways. Yeah, cool.
Guys, come on, in here. Come on. Go. Lock and barricade the door.
Both my exits are blocked by the shooter. I gotta stay hidden. I'm no victim. I'm ready for this.
I'm no victim. Not like those other shooting victims. How is this real? What is this country? What the fuck? This country is just a few corporations, the NRA, and a trench coat, and that's it.
He's applying direct pressure to the wound to stop the bleeding until we can find a tourniquet. In the meantime, turn off your phones and make a plan to defend yourself.
What the fuck is either of these items gonna do against a gun? What?
We have to fight to survive.
We have to fight? Jesus fucking Christ. And of course it just happens to be the three men. Cool. Casual. We have to fight. Save our lives. We have to be vigilantes, even though the cops are already here.
If you control the weapon, you control the shooter. I'll go for the gun. He'll go for his arms. The bartender will go for the head.
The head? If you already have the gun and his arms, why do you have to smash his head in with a fucking handle of liquor?
Bartender will go for the head.
I'm sorry. What?
Where is he?
We got him right here.
Please, show me your hands.
Over here.
You can survive a mass shooting if you're prepared.
What? I'm sorry, what the fuck? Was that? You wanna fucking repeat that? Oh, just be prepared. Just don't happen to be near the shooter when he starts shooting. Yeah, if you're lucky, I guess. Like, not the cops promoting use of force. Surely not. Yeah, surely the FBI wouldn't advocate for you to just smash someone's head in or something.
Remember, run, hide, or fight.
The moral of the story is they both survived because they were smarter than the person who just happened to get shot by the person. Like, I hate every part of this.
Fight. Run. Wherever you go, be aware of alternate exits. Quickly and cautiously evacuate in a direction away from the attacker. Don't hesitate. Seconds matter. Remember windows and emergency exits. Leave belongings behind. Keep your empty hands raised and clearly visible when exiting a building. Follow all instructions from the police. Don't stop until you're sure you've reached a safe location. Hide. If there is no safe escape route,
Gun reform now, please. Seriously, dude. Seriously. How is this like? Oh, we just have to do regular shooting drills with our friends and family before we go out anywhere. One of the issues responders face is that witnesses are all too eager to share info. I think it was X person. Yeah. Yeah, and half the time they're not right because like uh you may not uh have perfect memory in a situation like that. Like,
find a good hiding place. Lock and barricade the door. Silence cell phones. Prepare a defense plan. Fight. Fight only as a last resort. Use available objects as improvised weapons.
oh, oh, we're just like full on PvP zone in everywhere. Like, all of America is a PvP zone. Always be prepared to take a fucker out. I guess. Great.
Use teamwork and surprise. A coordinated ambush can incapacitate an attacker. You're fighting for your life. Don't fight fair.
You're fighting for your life. That gives you carte blanche to murder anyone. Like, what? I'm sorry, what? It just like is adding fuel to the fire, right? Because like as soon as someone thinks that someone's pulling a gun, they have the right to pull a gun and shoot the person, like dead. Oh, I'm sorry, the FBI told me to. The FBI said that was what I had to do. Fox News and CNN said that I am always in danger. I assumed that their wallet was a gun. Gun blazing, bring the wrong person, a bystander. Right.
Stop the bleed. A victim can die of uncontrolled blood loss in 5 minutes or less. Apply pressure or a tourniquet to control severe bleeding. Go to fbi.gov/survive to learn more.
fbi.gov/survive. Survive. Jesus fucking Christ. Your Honor, the kid rang my doorbell in the year 2023. Your Honor, there was a child playing hide and seek. FBI.gov/survive. Tell me how to survive. I didn't learn enough. Please. So that's a trailer. In the aftermath. Oh my god. An active shooter is an individual actively engaged in killing or attempting to kill people in a populated area. And recent active shooter incidents have underscored the need for a coordinated response by law enforcement and others to save lives. Oh, no shit! No fucking shit! Thanks, FBI. Good job. The FBI is committed to working with its partners to protect schools, workplaces, houses of worship, transportation centers, and other gathering sites, and communities. Wow. Although local and state law enforcement agencies are virtually always the first ones on the scene, the FBI has played a large role in supporting the response to every major incident in the recent years, and has to offer and has much to offer in terms of capacity, expertise, specialized capabilities, training, and resources before and after an incident occurs. Yeah, like blaming victims of a false raid attempt where they killed the dog before and after. The successful prevention of these active shooter incidents lies with a wide range of public and private entities all working together. We're all going to work together. To that end, the FBI provides operational, behaviorally based threat assessment and threat management services to help detect and prevent acts of targeted violence, helping academic, mental health, business, community, law enforcement, and government entities recognize and disrupt potential active shooters who may be on a trajectory towards violence. Yeah, how's that going? How's that going, by the way? We're, what, 200 mass shootings in? It's not looking great. Yeah, 200 this year, by the way. Where was I? Yes. The Bureau also continues to research to identify indicators that could signal potential violent intent. Run, hide, fight. These FBI training videos demonstrate 3 tactics. Yes, yes, yes. Overview of FBI roles. What? What is this? Is not helping me survive. This is not helping me learn more. Oh, is this what I need? What's here? Active shooter incidents. Okay, that's not survival. Pre-attack behaviors of shooters. That might be interesting. Okay. Can I can I okay. Well, that's not great, but okay. There is no single profile of an active shooter. There is no single warning sign, checklist, or algorithm for assessing behaviors that identifies a prospective active shooter. Not yet. Maybe AI can help us. Well, impossible to predict violent behavior, it is possible to prevent some tactics via effective threat assessment and management strategies. Cap. The youngest active shooter was 12 years old, and oldest was 88 years old. Oh, okay, that's helpful. Thanks. So with the average age of 37.8 years. Okay, okay. 94% were male and only 6% were female. Among active shooters age 18 and older, 44% were employed and 38% were unemployed. 24 had some military experience, 54% were single at the time of the offense. 13% were married, 13% were divorced, 11% were partnered but not married, 6% were separated. 35% had an adult criminal conviction prior to the event. 62% had a history of acting in abusive, harassing, or oppressing way. 6-year-old shoot their teacher. Oh, yeah, this might be old. This is just between 2000 and 2013. Um, 16% had engaged in intimate partner violence. Hmm. Wait. Let's see. The emergency operation plans. A guide for businesses. Oh my goodness. Violence prevention in schools, campus attacks. None of this seems very helpful for like the average person in survival. Like none of it. Okay, thanks. Great. All right. GG America. Yeah. We're always number one. Number one in being the worst, that is. Number one. Number one. Okay. Oh, I really got stun locked there. Sorry. I'll be back
One
in
of
a
the ways
second.
we're seeing that play out are all these innocent folks just getting shot up for the dumbest reasons by paranoid maniacs. It feels like the things that used to shock us have now made us numb and have become normal. And we've now got yet another story in this category, this time with a guy who shot a little girl in the back of the head for playing hide and seek on his property. Reportedly, 58-year-old David Doyle says he took out his gun when he saw, quote, shadows outside his home in a rural Louisiana town. So he went out there, saw people running away from his house, and he just let the bullets fly, with him hitting the 14-year-old, though luckily her injuries were reportedly non-life-threatening. But of course, he's now been arrested and charged with several counts of aggravated this and that. But the American crazy train also doesn't end with him, because we're also hearing about 22-year-old Seth Point, who's waiting at a stoplight in his blue Mustang when he just fucking snaps. He rear ends the SUV in front of him, then lurching back and slamming into the pickup truck behind him. And as the woman in the SUV gets out, he apparently tries to drive away, but crashes into a box truck in another lane instead. But it's not over yet, because he backs up, going over the median and smashing into a Porsche, driving in the opposite direction, with him then coming full circle with all the grace and elegance, once again plowing into the first SUV, forcing it forward several feet. And so now Seth has been charged with felony assault with a deadly weapon. And this guy just seemingly filled with so much rage, and it also doesn't feel like he's alone. Even if it's anecdotal, it just seems like there's an extra amount of people out there right now responding to the tiniest offense with the nuclear option. And with all this chaos happening, I feel like I have a new best trait. Like, I used to feel bad that I was this non-confrontational introvert, but apparently that's a fucking superpower in America these days. Where I grew up seeing any interaction with another human being as like exhausting work. Turns out my subconscious self-defense system S tier. So yeah, I guess the moral of this story is be careful out there, America, but also don't be careful in the overly aggressive, crazy way that we've seen other people be careful. And then, are you a stan? Or are you just a lame-ass bully? That's the question at the center of this news around Selena Gomez fans. Because apparently they're no longer focused on bullying Hailey Bieber and instead are focusing on Francia Raisa. Right, and Francia, if you don't know, she's an actress. She's on How I Met Your Father, but a lot of people, especially Selena's fans, know her as the friend who donated her kidney to Selena amid her lupus diagnosis in 2017. Right, an absolutely monumental thing to do for anyone, and Francia at the time called it a life-changing experience. But in the years since that happened, there have been headlines and rumors about drama between the two, people wondering if they're throwing shade at one another, if they're even friends anymore. Do they hate each other? Right? Stuff like that. And so recently TMZ was like, let's get the answer and or.
You call it war, I call it Tuesday. My AirPods disconnected. What did I miss? Anything important? Surely not.
Or just instigate something. And so they saw and or track down Francia on the street and they started asking her questions about this. But she was plainly refusing to answer questions about Selena.
How's everything going with the you followed her? You still don't follow her. Are things good with you guys?
Sunday is so fun. Do
you guys talk at all? Would you? Are you willing to follow?
Oh, I wanted to watch this actually. Shoot. Do you mind if I go back? I'm sorry. Wait, he doesn't have sections on? Oh, okay. I'm being bullied by Selena Gomez fans. What?
And then, are you a stan? Or are you just a lame-ass bully? That's the question at the center of this news around Selena Gomez fans. Because apparently they're no longer focused on bullying Hailey Bieber and instead are focusing on Francia Raisa. Right, and Francia, if you don't know, she's an actress. She's on How I Met Your Father, but a lot of people, especially Selena's fans, know her as the friend who donated her kidney to Selena amid her lupus diagnosis in 2017. Right, an absolutely monumental thing to do for anyone, and Francia at the time called it a life-changing experience. But in the years since that happened, there have been headlines and rumors about drama between the two, people wondering if they're throwing shade at one another, if they're—
Oh, damn. The OG drama frogs for real? Little fucking drama gremlins. And I'll admit, I like it. I like the drama. I do feel bad sometimes, like it goes way too far.
they're even friends anymore? Do they hate each other? Right? Stuff like that. And so recently TMZ was like, let's get the answer and/or just instigate something. And so they saw and/or track down Francia on the street and they started asking her questions about this. But she was plainly refusing to answer questions about Selena.
How's everything going with you and Selena? I know you unfollowed her. You still don't follow her. Are things good with you guys?
Sunday is so fun.
Do you guys talk at all? Would you? Are you willing to follow her back? Will you follow her
Sunday is so fun.
back eventually?
What kind of tree do you think this is? Is she treating probably avocado? No.
Right, she's just dodging questions left and right, and Selena's fans seemingly didn't respond well to this. And if you head to her Instagram, it's not hard to find people saying negative, nasty, horrible things to her, which brings it—
Jesus! People are awful.
Respond well to this. And if you head to her Instagram, it's not hard—
Oh my god. Oh my god. People are awful.
to find people saying negative, nasty, horrible things to her. Which brings us to yesterday with TMZ posting a clip of her talking to that same paparazzo, with her telling him that their previous conversation caused a big mess for her.
I didn't mean to do all that, but you know, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure no one means to do anything, but you know, now I'm being bullied like
What's
crazy.
new? He then asked what kind of comments she's been receiving, to which she said,
I think the one that probably hurt the most was, I hope someone goes up your and rips out your other kidney.
with her adding that given—
Holy fuck. That is so fucking violent. Oh my god. I can't imagine ever saying that to another person. Like, ever.
and everything, she doesn't feel like talking to TMZ, but the only thing she wanted to add was that bullying is never okay.
In no way, shape, or form does anyone condone bullying.
Yeah.
Especially Selena.
Yeah.
She literally has a whole nonprofit dedicated to mental health.
Okay.
She's literally out there saying, please stop.
Uh-huh.
So I don't understand why it's not stopping, not just for me, but for others that are also being antagonized online.
Right, and that last bit likely referencing the Hailey Bieber drama from earlier this year.
Yeah, dude, like, be fucking normal. For donating an organ, yeah, like, what? She didn't want to talk about her friendship with her, like, whether they like, still talk, like, so fucking what? So fucking what?
Year with tons of people attacking Hailey in the defense of Selena. But it got so out of hand that Hailey got death threats and Selena had to tell her fans to knock it off. Which, yes, this is a story about Selena Gomez's fans, but it's also a conversation about stan culture in general. Because there's really been no shortage of examples of how quickly people move to bully and harass others online and how people are using fandoms as a weapon. Or you've seen Taylor Swift stans going after the men they think her songs are about. In the same vein, you had Olivia Rodrigo fans going after her ex, Harry Styles fans going after Olivia Wilde. And often these things just take on a life of their own. Or even when you have people like Selena saying, stop it, you end up seeing examples of stans breaking down the way she said it, and you know, did she actually mean it? Was she actually calling it for this, or was it actually another jab? And understand, I'm not saying that if you're a fan of any of the people mentioned, or you know, there's so many people we didn't even mention in this story, I'm not saying like you're a bad person. I understand why so many people don't
Dear Stan, I meant to write you sooner, but I just been busy. You said your girlfriend's pregnant now. How far along is she? Look, I'm really flattered you would call your daughter that. And here's an autograph for your brother. I wrote it on the starter cap. I'm sorry I didn't see you with the show. I must have missed you. Don't think I did that shit intentionally just to diss you. But what's the shit you said about you like to cut your wrist too? I say that shit just clowning, dog. Come on, how fucked up is you? You got some issues, Stan. I think you need some counseling to help your ass from bouncing off the walls when you get down some. And what's the shit about us meant to be together? That type of shit'll make me not want us to meet each other. I really think you and your girlfriend need each other, but maybe you just need to treat her better. I hope you get to read this letter. I just hope it reaches you in time before you hurt yourself. I think that you'll be doing just fine if you relax a little. I'm glad I inspire you, but Stan, why are you so mad? Try to understand that I do want you as a fan. I just don't want you to do some crazy shit. I seen this one shit on the news a couple weeks ago that made me sick. Some dude was drunk and drove his car over a bridge and had his girlfriend in the trunk, and she was pregnant with his kid. And in the car they found a tape, but they didn't say who it was to. Come to think about it, his name was, it was you. Damn.
It was you. It still goes so hard. But the moral of the song is yeah, don't be like Stan. Do not be a Stan. I think like it started ironic and like it was self-aware, but then suddenly there was Stan Twitter and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I'm an Ariana Stan." And now they're harassing people on her behalf when she doesn't want that. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what we'd do about it, you know?
You're on a business trip, it's late, you're tired, you peel off your socks, you flop into bed at a cozy Hilton hotel. You fall into a deep sleep and then you have a weird dream. All of a sudden you feel wet, there's like wet sounds, your feet kind of tickle. And when you wake up, you realize, oh, I'm not in a dream, I'm in a nightmare. Because you find a man at the end of your bed actually licking your toes. What do you do in this situation? Well, for Air
Die. Just instantly die. Die on sight.
Force veteran Peter Brennan, who this was not a hypothetical question for, his answer was to scream. With this all going down at 5 a.m. at the Hilton Downtown Hotel in Nashville. And this wasn't some random passerby that found his way into the room. He sees a man in a uniform with a name tag, and so he yells, "Who are you? Why are you in my room? What are you doing here?" It's like the man actually did talk to him, but he didn't give any substantive answers. The intruder then fleeing, with Brennan going to hotel security but saying that they didn't take him seriously. So instead, he calls the cops, and after investigating, they find that the suspect was actually David Neal, the hotel's night manager. With Brennan believing that this creep made a clone of his key card to get into his room, and so now he's suing him and the hotel. So one,
I'm sorry, what? Wait. He made a clone? How? I feel like I missed part of this.
After investigating, they find that the suspect was actually David Neal, the hotel's night.
Oh, he worked there. That's how he did it. Okay, I'm like, what? You can just clone people's hotel room key? I mean, I'm sure you can do that. But, fuck. Get the groupers for free? Hell no! Yeah! What the fuck? Just pay somebody. You can pay somebody for that.
Night manager. With Brennan believing that this creep made a clone of his key card to get into his room, and so now he's suing him and the hotel. So one, I'm sorry if I just unlocked a new fear, or possibly kink for some of you. Which remember, it's only a kink.
I had heard, wasn't there like an urban legend about this? God, I heard this so long ago. It was like, yeah, it was some girl who like always slept with her dog by her bedside, and her dog would like lick her fingers to like comfort her or whatever. And one night it wasn't her dog, it was some creep. But I thought that was an urban legend. But now I'm having second thoughts. Maybe that was real. Honestly, who knows?
if it's consensual, otherwise a crime. And 2, apparently use every latch thing, whatever you can put on a door, and then maybe even barricade it. Because apparently at some point in the last decade, all the weirdos were like, now's my time. I'm gonna go for it. And Trump was just found liable in a civil rape trial, with a jury awarding E. Jean Carroll with $5 million in damages. Now notably, this verdict, which came after just 3 hours of deliberation, is civil, not criminal, meaning that even though the accusation at hand is a
Rebozo. Yeah, I'm not a law person. I haven't really read that much about this. But yeah, it's not a criminal charge, so it's not like, oh, he's not guilty of rape. But that's not like what was on trial right now, I believe.
About a rape. Donald Trump here has not been convicted and doesn't face any jail time for this. And as the New York Times explained, Carroll alleged Donald Trump sexually assaulted her in the dressing room of a luxury department store, with Carroll suing Trump for battery and defamation, with the defamation claim stemming from a 2022 post on Truth Social in which Trump called Miss Carroll's case a complete con job and a hoax and a lie. And with his story breaking just before I upload today, obviously we're gonna have to keep our eyes on this, both for this specific situation, but also to see what else comes from this, because of course, at least 26 women have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct or assault, especially as even part of this Carroll suit's only been made public.
This is gonna be the first of many. Oh my god, what if he goes broke from all of the fucking, like, defamation and, like, assault trials, bro? That would be kind of poetic, honestly. Come in swinging hot with like, oh, I can grab him by the pussy, and then all the women you grabbed by the pussy come forward like, actually, no. Actually, I wish you didn't do that.
Possible recently. Right, as Axios noted, Carroll was only allowed to sue Trump for battery as of last November, because that's when New York's Adult Survivors Act went into effect, which allows adult survivors of sexual violence to sue over attacks that occurred decades ago. And then a new battle over food delivery is currently underway. Right, in places like New York City, tens of thousands of food orders are made every day, despite the fact that officials are actively working against the delivery workers. The city of New York reportedly placed more than 30 million delivery orders in the last 3 months of 2021 alone. And the Upper West Side specifically placed 1.2 million orders in that time, which comes to around 14,000 orders per day. But despite, or maybe even
spend the next 3 years going through appeals and probably nothing will happen. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, I think your credibility, like, gets kind of fucked up, right? Like, you can dismiss a case of, like, one woman alleging some things. But if it's 25 women, I feel like that's a lot stronger of a case. PSA telling Americans to go grab the nearest booze bottle. Praying this kind of dude. I mean, I don't know. You would think, maybe. I'm not sure about the particulars of that. Yeah, I don't know.
Because these millions of orders, members of the Upper West Side Neighborhood Civic Panel Community Board 7, they've been actively working against delivery workers. I mean, they're messing with every opportunity created to help them, including vehemently opposing a non-binding resolution which would encourage restaurants to allow delivery drivers to access their restrooms, with a resolution suggesting that if the restaurant refused, it should be noted when the business asked for the support of the community board in applying for a street cafe or liquor license. But that's just one example. Community Board 7 also voted against the transformation of a vacant newsstand into a rest and charging station for delivery workers, as well as delaying a plan for protected crosstown bike lanes. And as these numbers surfaced, we saw more conversation coming out about the struggles of being a delivery worker in the city, with the executive director of Workers' Justice Project saying, "These numbers confirm what we already know. Delivery workers brave rain, snow, and sleet to fulfill millions of deliveries and keep New Yorkers fed," which is also why you have activists advocating not only for places to rest and recharge and protected biking infrastructure, but also for fair compensation, which when you look at the numbers, it makes sense. According to the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection, delivery workers' base pay was just over $7 an hour in the last quarter of 2021. And with that, a number of solutions have been offered. I mean, one of the big swings, there's a proposed rule for a $23.82 minimum wage for food delivery workers introduced last November. Recently, back in March, that got revised, dropping the number to $19.96 an hour by 2025, which, hey, I'll say I have no idea what the proper pay rate should be for this job. But this whole situation, I think, does highlight an issue we see kind of pop up over and over in different places. People or groups of people
bro, $20 an hour is not it. That's it's probably not enough to survive in New York, if I had to guess. It's like barely a living wage, like in Ohio. So
who use a service, making life harder for the people that actually provide that service. And then hell may have frozen over because some Texas lawmakers are at least considering some changes to their gun laws, and it's not like every
I am, of course, for legal reasons, not advocating for vigilante or lone wolf attacks upon the person of Donald Trump or any other person. Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that. Just wondering out loud. Right. And it might be. We have a lot of, like, self-defense laws. And, like, that is, like, the justification that a lot of conservatives will use when a woman is raped. Like, oh, well, like, if she didn't like it, then, like, why didn't she fight back more? Like, oh, why didn't he have, like, wounds on him? Like, why didn't she scratch him? Or, you know, whatever the fuck. Why didn't she fight harder? That type of shit. So, maybe. I don't know. They probably would also turn around and be like, he didn't do anything. She didn't, like, make it clear. She was, giving him mixed signals. Where were their guns? So true. So true, brother.
every baby gets a free AR-15 style weapon. Instead, in the House, 2 Republicans on the 13-member House Select Committee have broken with their party and voted with their Democratic colleagues to push a bill that would raise the age of buying AR-15 style weapons from 18 to 21. And this was a really unexpected surprise for Democrats in the Republican-dominated House, as the committee wasn't even scheduled to meet yesterday. Though, to be clear, this does not mean it'll be smooth sailing from here. The bill still has to actually pass the House before its legislative session ends this Thursday, although
Cultifies, I read that right. As I was taking a drink, I almost spat it out all over my computer. If only they knew how to run, hide, fight. Somebody. Someone gift Cultifies, please. They're so funny.
though the Dems think they have some procedures to extend that to the 29th. But even after that, it would have to then get to the Senate and then survive any vetoes from Abbott. And even then, while it is some sort of gun reform, it's not what many gun control activists really want. It doesn't change the type of firearms that are available, their calibers, the size of their magazines, or a plethora of other features they've sought to ban. But considering this is Texas we're talking about, and literally any type of potential restriction on a firearm, still unexpected. And then I've got an absolutely insane update today to one of the weirdest stories we've covered. About 2 weeks ago, I talked about that crazy Kenyan death cult that encouraged its followers to starve to death. Although, on that note, autopsies are revealing that they didn't just let followers starve, instead some were
just not hide like hide and seek, as we learned from that other story. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Callbacks. They're too good and they're too real. I want to laugh and I want to cry. So I'm gonna laugh.
strangled to death, and it also increasingly is looking like killing them wasn't just for some twisted religious reason, with those same autopsies also showing that many victims are missing organs, leading police to believe that the cult was actually engaged in forced organ harvesting. And to take it all together, police—
Hold up. Holy shit. I was kind of zoned out there. I'm sorry. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I talked about that crazy Kenyan death cult that encouraged its followers to starve to death. Although, on that note, autopsies are revealing that they didn't just let followers starve, instead some were just strangled to death. And it also increasingly is looking like killing them wasn't just for some twisted religious reason, with those same autopsies also showing that many victims are missing organs, leading police to believe that the cult was actually engaged in forced organ harvesting. And to take it all together, police claim that this cult was a highly organized crime syndicate, and that there were likely more graves out there, which could bring the death toll to well above 133. And then, is this a political witch hunt, or just—
Oh god, I can see the conspiracy theories forming now. That's where Bill Gates set up his medical clinics so that he could harvest the organs of these innocent people. Some bullshit like that. One story without multiple rapes and murders, and now we're doing murder for organ. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. That's the state of the world, I guess. I mean, I guess if we're being honest, it's always kind of been like that. We're just hearing about it more. You know? The age of information. Start sweating in cult. I'm looking at you, Cultivize, bro. I can't. Was that you? Bro. Did you have something to do with this? Cultivize? I got my eyes on you.
Just consequences for action. So we're talking about Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan being arrested today, and all across the country, his supporters have brought things to a standstill. With Khan's arrest coming as part of an investigation into the role he and his wife allegedly played in the Al-Qadir University Trust, which the quick version is that Khan and his wife allegedly made a quid pro quo deal with a real estate tycoon for land in order to build an educational institute for the trust. And in the end, that supposedly cost the country $239 million. Though Khan has denied any wrongdoing, and everything about this case has been very controversial. For starters, his supporters claim that these charges are just politically motivated, as Khan was only ousted from power last year in a parliamentary no-confidence vote that he claimed was a plot by opposition parties, the military, and even the US, although he later withdrew his accusations against America. And on top of that, there's a question about the legality of the arrest.
It's Donald Trump pleading the 25th.
Itself. Right? Under recent rules changes, those accused by the country's anti-corruption authorities can only be arrested if they've ignored multiple warnings from the agency and intentionally avoid getting arrested. Now, government officials, they claim that Khan had been given multiple notices and then an arrest warrant was issued on May 1st, and saying because he allegedly refused to cooperate, they had to send the police to forcibly arrest him. However, Khan's supporters and his party are adamant that there were no warnings ever sent and that an arrest warrant was never actually issued, which of course would make this arrest illegal, some even claiming that this man was just kidnapped. So it's not surprising to see that throughout every major city there, his supporters have poured onto the streets. And while things have been relatively peaceful in most cities, in others, protesters have ransacked military officials' houses, and there are increasing reports that police and protesters are clashing. But also, the much bigger general reality is that the entire situation is incredibly tense and things could easily escalate, especially when you consider that this is just the start of the problems for Khan, right? Since losing power last year, the Al-Qadir case is just one of over 100 cases being brought against Khan, with him also being accused of pretty much everything: corruption charges, terrorism, even blasphemy. But for now, we're gonna have to wait to see what happens here, both for Khan, but also for Pakistan itself, right? We're talking about a situation that could destabilize for a number of reasons. And that's actually where today's show ends. But friendly reminder, you're getting 2 for the price of 1, which is also free, because in addition to your daily Philip DeFranco show, I've been giving you morning
Double filled in. That's the DP. The double fill. I'm sorry, I had to.
news videos. So just click or tap to get to that, or I'll include a link in the description down below. But as always, I gotta say, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces, and I'll see you tomorrow. The US military has a very real problem, and in fact, some of you watching right now are it. So we've got to talk about that, as well as the controversial moves we're seeing the military.
Monka, is it you, chat? Are you the problem? Hello, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Make to try to address it, because the problem is that US military recruitment numbers are plummeting.
See what happens in a country without nukes? People raid military officials' houses. Oh my god.
With recent Pentagon data showing us that this is affecting all branches of the military. The Army hitting less than 70%.
Yes, Sag.
of its goal, the Navy hitting 60%, the Air Force hitting 87%, and the numbers for reserve recruitment's even worse, with the Air, Navy, and Army Reserve all hitting around 60% of their recruitment goal.
Wait, Cultivize, are you a Fed? What? Are you military or something?
And one of the key things here is that this is a relatively new problem. For the fiscal years of 2019 through 2021, each of the branches actually met or exceeded their recruitment goals. In fact, even the reserves and National Guard either met their goals or came close in 2019. And according to a recent report from the Government Accountability Office, recruitment and retention is a critical challenge to national security, with them highlighting 3 key areas where they say that the Pentagon is floundering in their efforts, saying they haven't collected or tracked sufficient data to help support recruitment and retention decisions, they do not have sufficient goals, plans, or strategies to guide it, and they're not effectively monitoring their own efforts for recruitment. Which brings us to the why. Why are the recruitment numbers so low? Why don't the kids want to join the military these days? Well, some Republicans have argued that the recruiting problems are rooted in the woke agenda, with representatives like Jim Banks from Indiana saying that the military is in danger of losing it.
Ain't no way the military's talking about the woke agenda. We're winning. We're winning, chat. They're afraid of us. It would explain my name. Oh god. Oh no, I got a Fed poster. Uh-oh. I didn't think I would be surveilled so early, but I'm flattered, honestly. Might be raiding those military official houses. And then, who has those nukes and what are their intentions? I mean, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like as long as America has nukes, everyone else should be allowed to have nukes, if I'm being real. It only seems fair. We're the ones that have proven we will use them. So, we're just doomed, hey? Yeah.
Its meritocratic principles to, quote, the ever-expanding bureaucracy of diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, regulations, and trainings. You also have the other side of the aisle quick to shut down that theory, with Democratic Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island, who's also the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, saying, let me be clear, diversity and inclusion strengthens our military. By every measure, America's military is more lethal and ready than it has ever been. It is also more diverse and inclusive than ever before. This is not a coincidence. With Reed then going on to cite an Army survey saying that the main reasons that young adults do not want to enlist are fear of death or injury, worries about PTSD, and separation from friends and family.
Those all seem like very reasonable fears. Those are all very real risks of joining the military. Oh, you mean they're afraid of things that might actually happen to them should they join the military? Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What if we, like, reduce our military presence? Yeah, I feel like that's just a non-option. Literally not even on the list of options. Unfortunately.
Family. And nowhere on the list of deterrents is it that the military is too woke. But whatever their reasoning, young people just are not joining the military as frequently as they used to. And an irony of this situation is that while they are facing concerningly low recruitment, the military is also celebrating 50 years as an all-volunteer.
GG, see you if there's extra lives. And most of all, a big final half. Beautiful. A beautiful eulogy for humanity.
Volunteer force this year. But amidst the celebration, some are wondering if that's about to come to an end, right? Is there or could there be a draft on the horizon? Though to that concern, officials are saying absolutely not, with one Navy commander saying, we are a better force because we are an all-volunteer force. Everybody who joins this force wants to be here. They signed up for this. I think there's something
really special about that. Cope. That's hard cope. You've never heard of a poverty draft? People sometimes don't really have better options. So, fuck that.
Really special about that. And the Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness calls the problem of dwindling recruitment headwinds. Recognizing that there is no silver bullet to quickly resolve the current recruiting challenge, the department is working closely with the military services to develop new and creative ways to engage young Americans.
COD made my nephew sign up. Dude, yeah, like, I have family members too who, like, I won't say that it made them sign up, but they did play shooter games that were, like, war-based and did end up joining, so... I won't say it's not connected.
Americans across all corners of the country strengthen partnerships with high schools and elevate our marketing efforts. And in fact, some have taken the creative ways to new heights, like the Georgia National Guard, where they are reportedly trying to combine two highly controversial things: military recruiting in high schools and phone location tracking. With The Intercept reporting that according to federal contract documents, the National Guard in Georgia plans to geofence 67 different public schools and targeting phones within a 1-mile boundary of the schools with recruitment ads. So they're looking for vendors to draw a digital border around all these schools and the phones within those bounds to be subject to the National Guard's ad campaign, which will reportedly feature all the bells and whistles that come with surveillance-based advertising, capturing the unique digital IDs of students' phones, IP address tracking, and tracking pixels. And they're also reportedly planning on slapping ads onto every social media platform and even music apps. That is, of course, except TikTok.
Wait, what the fuck are tracking pixels? Tracking pixels? What? I'm sorry, what? Oh.
Because the app is banned for the Department of Defense, right? Even for advertising. It also appears that they're planning to go beyond students, with the Guard also reportedly looking into targeting people of influence in the students' lives like coaches, parents, and counselors. And the Department of Defense reportedly expects whatever vendor they go to achieve more than 3 million views and 250,000 clicks on their campaign, with a bid for the contract ending back in February, but a public winner has yet to be announced. And so with all this, the idea has already gotten a lot of pushback, with critics calling the use of location data invasive. Jay Stanley, a senior policy analyst with the American Civil Liberties Union.
They probably have all that data already. Yeah. I'm sure they do. I bet this is just like a faster way to get it, you know?
saying location-based tracking is not legitimate. It's largely based on the collecting of people's location data that they're not aware of and haven't given meaningful permission for. And an attorney for the ACLU adding, I think we have to start putting electronic surveillance in the context of what we would accept if it weren't electronic. If there were military recruiters taking pictures of students and trying to identify them that way, parents wouldn't think that that conduct is acceptable. Also with this, there's concern that this ad campaign could end up targeting people younger than the DoD intends, with dozens of these schools being targeted also within a mile of middle schools, elementary schools, parks, and churches. But even without the invasive advertising of it all, military recruitments in schools has been a controversial topic for decades. And so obviously that's why we're going to keep an eye out for what's happening in Georgia as well as the nation in general. But with all that said, it brings me to the two final things. One, I'd absolutely love to know your thoughts and opinions on this news, whether it be why you're interested or not interested in joining the military, as well as whatever your thoughts are if you have served or are in the military. And two, I just want to say thank you for being a part of this morning news video. Of course, this week I'm posting morning news videos in addition to the full Philip DeFranco show, which will be here.
Yeah, I guess the only fundamental difference here is that it's the military directly taking the data rather than the NSA having the data and then the military asking for it. You know what I mean? It might be like more targeted types of data and like targeted advertising as well. I'm not surprised. I mean, fucking of course. Of course they were gonna do this. Who thought that they were not going to do this? They were hanging outside of GameStop in the early 2000s. This is the next thing. They already have like fucking Twitch channels, like literally like twitch.tv/US Navy has streams. So like I don't maybe I'm numb.
Here on the channel at 5 p.m. Eastern.
About Five Eyes. Five Eyes. Five Guys? Great burger. Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
2 p.m. Pacific like normal. So make sure you're subscribed and I'll see you right back here a little later today. You are very welcome. I just wanted to get that out of the way because this week I'm doing something a little bit different. Right, in addition to your regular Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday Philip DeFranco show that comes out around 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, you'll also be getting one of these, a morning news video into a very interesting news story. So I can help all you beautiful bastards get started with your day and then come back a few hours later and watch the full show. And so with that, I gotta say, this morning we gotta talk about what has Matt Gaetz and Ilhan Omar on the same side, because that is an incredibly rare thing. But at the end of last month, those two lawmakers found a small piece of common ground, and it was found in Africa. So Gaetz forced a vote in the House on a resolution to direct President Biden to remove all U.S. troops from Somalia within a year, except for a handful who would guard the embassy, with him calling U.S. involvement there a costly and mostly fruitless endeavor that has no end in sight. Now, if you're hearing this and you're thinking, wait, the military that my tax dollars are funding is where? You're not alone, because unbeknownst to many Americans, the U.S. has been meddling in Somalia in one way or another for decades, with troops stationed there since around 2007. And there, they've been propping up a flimsy local government while fighting the Islamic militant group Al-Shabaab, as well as other smaller groups. But right before he very reluctantly left office, Trump ordered nearly all troops, about 700 at the time, out of the country. But don't get confused, right? This wasn't some kind of progressive anti-war move, right? Most of the soldiers were just simply redeployed to Kenya or Djibouti, where they continued their work in Somalia just from across the border. Plus, even before that, Trump loosened controls on airstrikes and significantly escalated combat activity. But even still, Biden reversed that decision a few months after he got in, putting about 500 troops back in Somalia. And that came as an absolute surprise to many observers because he—
Oh, shit. The formal and informal intelligence org between AU, NZ, US, UK, and Canada. What the fuck? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. That makes sense. I haven't heard of it. I'll have to look into that.
was stressing the need to end such wars on the campaign trail and even reiterating that a few months later during the Afghan withdrawal.
American troops shouldn't be used as a bargaining chip between warring parties in other countries, and it's time to end the forever war.
So when the Times asked a White House official why Biden pulled out of Afghanistan but did the exact opposite in Somalia, they gave two reasons. First, saying the Taliban had not expressed any intention of attacking the United States, and second, saying other militant groups in Afghanistan did not control significant enclaves of territory from which to operate and plan. But that second point is actually contradicted by the intel documents that were recently leaked on Discord, those notably including a Pentagon assessment that warns that Afghanistan has become a significant staging ground for terrorist groups, and the Islamic State reportedly planning attacks across Europe and Asia and conducting, quote, aspirational plotting against the United States. Whatever its practical reasons are, the White House cites the 2001 authorization for use of military force, or AUMF to legally justify its presence in Somalia. Right, that being a law signed after 9/11 that authorized the executive branch to pursue al-Qaeda and the Taliban. Except there, the wording was so broad that you had critics saying that it was going to be used as a blank check to wage the global war on terror. And in fact, the past 4 presidents have cited it for at least 41 military operations in at least 19 different countries, often against groups that didn't even exist when the Twin Towers fell. When looking back at the past 2 decades, critics argue we don't have much to show for it. Right, in 2002 and 2003, the State Department counted a grand total of 9 terror attacks across the entire continent of Africa. But now that number is actually several thousand every year. Moreover, the African Center for Strategic Studies, a Pentagon Research Institute, reported last year that, quote, militant Islamist group violence in Africa has risen inexorably over the past decade, expanding by 300% during this time. And in Somalia, you see the same trend, with al-Shabaab attacks increasing 60% since 2017, as well as fatalities linked to al-Shabaab jumping from just over 2,600 in 2021 to over 6,200 last year. And that's despite the U.S. spending billions of dollars at minimum on operations in the country, though the total actual number is unknown, as well as executing more than 270
counter-terrorism. It's all a battle of narrative.
75 airstrikes and commando raids, not to mention the nearly 20,000 troops and helicopters provided by the African Union to reinforce the Somali military. So all of that raises the question of where have we gone wrong? And there's actually many different answers, but one of them comes from Brown University's Cost of War project, which argues that the U.S. presence is actually stirring up conflict, not eliminating it, with them saying that the U.S. spends more on counterterrorism in Somalia each year than the federal Somali government earns in tax revenue, flooding Somalia with funding for militarized counterterrorism and thereby diverting resources away from real conflict resolution solutions. Also arguing that the Americans' top-down approach to favoring the centralized government just can't work in Somalia, where local dynamics like clan allegiances dictate the political arena, meaning that the central government just has limited influence outside the capital and people in the rest of the country just feel alienated from it in the United States. Right, so basically, the argument is that the challenge in Somalia is a political one, not a military one, and thus the solution won't be found on the battlefield, which was also the conclusion reached in the 2008 study by the Rand Corporation. With that, looking at 648 historical cases of militant groups and finding that only 7% were defeated through military efforts, whereas over 80% of groups ended either because they joined the political process or key members were arrested or killed by local police and intelligence. But others also argue that regardless of the data or the local dynamics, the US shouldn't be in Somalia just because it helped create the terrorism there to begin with. Right, to be sure, that country's been ripped apart by warring clans since even before America put its boots on the ground, with the government collapsing in 1991 and the Pentagon sending troops in the next year to provide humanitarian support, and then pulling back out almost as fast as it arrived after militants shot down 2 Black Hawk helicopters, killing 18 American soldiers. But then, in 2006, something massive happened. An Islamist group quickly ousted the most heavily entrenched warlords and, within 6 months, accomplished what nobody had been able to do for 15 years before and the more than 15 years since. They formed a stable government that centralized political power over 90% of the Somali countryside, with them also providing essential services like schools, hospitals, and courts, which gave them their name, the Islamic Courts Union, and their military wing going by a more familiar name, al-Shabaab. So it actually looked like a civil war might finally come to an end, but then the US backed a 3-year-long Ethiopian invasion that toppled the ICU. So then, with their civilian wing all of a sudden cut off, al-Shabaab's commanders became a more extreme jihadist insurgency, even welcoming a host of foreign fighters into their ranks. And then in 2012, the group pledged allegiance to al-Qaeda, giving the White House all the excuse it needed to carry on bombing the country. And then in 2016, an Islamic State affiliate emerged, where it continues to cause havoc to this day. But counterterrorism also isn't the only reason Washington has its eye on the Horn of Africa. Right, some, like AFRICOM Commander General Michael Langley, argue we need troops there to maintain access to a strategic oil shipping route, with Somalia's proximity to it also the reason you hear so much about Somali pirates, as well as movies like Captain Phillips. But also Langley and others argue that if the US pulls out, it'll leave a power vacuum that might be filled by Russia or China. Right, because Beijing already has a military base in Djibouti, though it's the only one abroad, and the US has one there as well. Then you also have some who argue that we can still support the Somali government without having American soldiers directly stationed there. And actually, to an extent, we've already been doing that, with the CIA and special forces organizing local proxy fighters to conduct low-profile operations. So even that has its drawbacks. Right, some proxies like the
Surely the CIA is just there to try to make things better. Surely. Oh my god. We're just constantly doing the most bullshit.
The Danab Brigade have been implicated in the abuse and arbitrary arrest of civilians, and Somali political elites have reportedly used US-trained forces to persecute their own political opponents. So that's not what we'd call new for the Pentagon in Africa. Right, since 2008, US-trained officers have succeeded in at least 8 coups across 5 West African countries. Nor is our covert support for proxies new to Africa. Right, according to the Brennan Center for Justice, the US has fought so-called secret wars in more than a dozen countries over the past 2 decades. And these including many in Africa like Egypt, Cameroon, Kenya, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, Nigeria, Somalia, and Tunisia, where Cameroon, Kenya, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, Nigeria, Somalia, and Tunisia, where American commandos and advisors trained, funded, and employed local proxies to fight U.S. targets, often with minimal congressional oversight. So to bring us back, Matt Gaetz' bill last month to get U.S. troops out of Somalia is just the first step in winding down American involvement there, and barely puts a dent in the global war on terror. Yet when the House actually voted on it, 321 lawmakers shot it down, with 102 in favor being roughly split between far-right Republicans and far-left or progressive Democrats. Which is why during the floor debate, you saw something that's rare in D.C. nowadays. Lawmakers detracting from others within their own party and reaching out to back some across the aisle.
And to the extent that foreign influences could be helpful, I would argue that the African Union is far better positioned to build a stronger sense of national identity and national unity among clans that have been warring in Somalia for generations than U.S. troops.
And this idea that we're going to play this terrorist whack-a-mole, where every time one pops up, we send a new force, does nothing to actually try and help with stabilization. You can't point to a single agenda, whether it was Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia, whether it was Libyan support. You can't point to a single one where our presence has actually led to greater stability.
How was Matt Gaetz? I'm very confused. I feel like he was doing a little bit of a dog whistling, but I can't exactly put my finger on it. Something about like the African Union. It's like, oh, that's an African problem. Why are we there? It's not so much like anti-military as it is ethnocentric. I'm gonna go back.
I would make whether trying
influence
party and reaching out to back some across the aisle.
And to the extent that foreign influences could be helpful, I would argue that the African Union is far better positioned to build a stronger sense of
Never done that with Matt Gaetz. Yeah, must be a new guy. It's his clone, clearly.
National identity and national unity among clans that
the deep state got him, brother.
That have been warring in Somalia for generations than U.S. troops.
And this idea that we're going to play.
Wait, it might be AI. It might be. I didn't even consider that. It's so unlike him that like that could be real. Like I could never in a million years imagine him making this argument.
African Union is far better positioned to build a stronger sense of national identity and national unity among clans that have been warring in.
Yeah, see, he's like emphasizing the national part, and I feel like that's like ethno-nationalism. Do you see what I mean?
Somalia for generations than U.S. troops.
And this idea that we're going to play this terrorist whack-a-mole, where every time one pops up, we send a new force, does nothing to actually try and help with stabilization. You can't point to a single agenda, whether it was Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia, whether it was Libyan support. You can't point to a single one where our presence has actually led to greater stability.
I would make the case that because we have forces all around the world,
Is it fucking opposite day? What is happening? Did I drink too much? I'm literally so confused right now.
safer place.
There's another group of adversaries to keep in mind as well. Russia and the Communist Party of China would like nothing more than to see the U.S. take a foreign policy of isolationism.
And this may not be over with Gaetz suggesting
the right thing for the wrong reasons. I'm okay with that. I don't care what their reason is right now, but I'll take it. Now gay for Gaetz. Stop. Stop it. You stop it right now. I'm in your walls. This is how we push the leftist agenda, yeah.
that his next
by
resolution
bit.
might be to order U.S. troops out of Niger. And his last one, early in 2022, tried to withdraw 900 troops from Syria, but that was voted down as well. So at least for now, it seems like the war machine is just going to keep on keeping on, which is why I'm going to leave you with two final things. One, I'd absolutely love to know your thoughts on this news story and this whole situation in those comments down below. And two, thank you for watching the first of this week's new morning videos. And remember, later today or in just a few hours, depending on when you're watching this, you're still getting that brand new full Philip DeFranco show, so make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Obviously, I think there's no one in America at this.
Let's go! Zoe Zephyr! Pog! I'm pogging! Ugh, she's such a fucking icon. A legend. Ledge.
Point that has lost, like, has missed
The deepest of psyops, seriously.
the fact that there is this now couple year, like, across the country, basically every red state legislature war on trans people, specifically on the LGBTQ community, generally dozens and dozens and dozens of bills at any particular moment working their way through the system. And it's pretty clear the reasons why Republicans have decided that they've all coalesced on trans people are the greatest existential threat facing America. Every single right-wing pundit would have you believe that there is no greater threat, and they've always believed this. This isn't a thing that they all agreed on 2 years ago or anything. People like the people who watch our show want to see more of a pushback against this. They want to see the Democrats and the media push back against this. They want to be a part of pushing back against this. What do we do? How do we fight back against this when seemingly like half of our political system believes that there are communities that shouldn't exist legally and maybe just at all?
So it's important to note that the attacks on trans people are targeted, that's the primary attack today, but it's an echo of the attacks on gay rights in the 90s. And the language mirrors it. You watch, the language in the 90s about gay people, quote, recruiting. And now you see the language used today about
It's literally the same. It's just verbatim the same.
Groomers. Like, those are mirrors. When detransitioners are the same few detransitioners are being flown out to various hearings. It's much like in the 90s when the same, quote, ex-gays were being flown out to testify. So we're seeing echoes of the hateful practices and the hateful way they target and try to create boogeymen out of our communities. But it will fail for the same reason the tax.
More power and the ability to take anyone's right to anything. Do they want big government? Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, it's big government if it's their government. But it's states' rights if the majority people want abortion to be legal. So that's fun.
On gay people failed. And it's because trans people are not strangers, are not boogeymen. We are a part of your communities. And you are never far from a trans person or someone who loves us. Whether you're in a coffee shop, in an office space, or in the governor's mansion, as our governor's own child is non-binary. And going forward, what I would say is people need to take root in their communities and find the rooms that they can stand up in. I stood up in the legislature which is the place that I work. And I will say it was easy to do so because it was the right and moral thing to stand. Find the rooms that you can be in and stand up for the just and moral thing. And if we stand together, we will keep democracy intact.
Yeah, you were willing to stand up even though you had good reason to believe that you would suffer as a result of it, and the fact that you did. Interesting that this often trotted out concept of cancel culture over the past few years is not big enough to include your experience where you
Be annoying, yeah. Be persistent. I don't know. I'm like reticent because like there's a little bit of like ableism and like I don't know. Like we shouldn't be expecting people to have to fight for their own right to humanity, which is exactly what Zoe is doing. Which is amazing and incredible, and I admire her so much, but like that shouldn't be like the default position of like, oh, like we all have to like find a room to make a difference in. Like that's not exactly accessible to everyone, for various reasons. 3 letters away from losing our freedom.
Suffered like significant immediate damage to your career based on you speaking passionately about something that you care about. It's weird how those things work. You've done everything in your position as a legislator to advocate for your constituents. Do you wish that we saw more from like national Democrats, from President Biden, from senators and congresspeople? What could or should they be doing proactively to fight back against all of these different bills and stuff that we're seeing work their way through the system?
I think what people need to not be afraid to stand up. If you're standing on the right side of history, that should come before questions of polling, of reelectability, et cetera, We need to make sure we're standing up for our community members and people who often historically have not had voices in these rooms. And we need to also turn and trust our doctors and say, listen, this care is approved for by every major medical association across the country. This care is done with patients in conjunction with their parents, slowly, carefully, with therapists and doctors, and it leads people to happy, fulfilling lives. And if we're gonna shut out the pursuit of happiness for trans people just because we're afraid of polling, we're not doing the right thing. So people need to stand up in our communities.
Pursuit of happiness. Yes. I love that argument. It's literally that, like, just the freedom to pursue what you think will make you happy. Like, fuck, I thought this was a free fucking country.
In our state legislatures and in our federal government as well.
Well, Representative, I want to say,
If you shit on the House leader's desk, but don't stop talking. I mean, we could probably set a precedent for that. I like the way you think.
thank you for taking the time out to join the show. Thank you for what you've been doing. I feel terrible for what you have already been through. Although I do think that long term, I think the Republicans are going to regret the choices that they made in elevating you as a national figure. So thank you for your advocacy. Where can people follow your work, what you're trying to do?
Say, don't feel terrible. My head is held high. We're going to win this fight in the end. And you can find me at Zoandbehold, ZOANDBEHOLD on any social media platform that exists, or email my ledge email and I'll say hello.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Representative. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you.
Very good. Short and sweet. Okay.
The continuous ripple effect.
Oh yeah, I wanted to catch up on COVID a little bit. Yeah, this is all I have on it, I think. But
that COVID-19 will continue to have on this country and the world. It ain't one and done. This is like dominoes, like lining up the dominoes and you tip over one and all fall down. This is what COVID-19 is like. And so the stresses, the death, and the persistent presence of the pandemic are still greatly felt. Yet on May the 11th, a few days from now, emergency declarations for the pandemic are set to expire. Thanks to Congress and to the Biden administration, despite the fact that we have a new variant on the rise right now. The CDC data, Omicron subvariant, is out, alive and well. There it is. And is responsible for 12% of new COVID-19 cases. It's the second most prominent coronavirus strain circulating in the United States. And this headline from the American Heart Association, long COVID in children still poses plenty of questions. And if we track the weekly data by the CDC, which is not being talked about in mainstream media much, overall rates may be going down, but it still affects thousands of people a week. And this graph right here shows us how it does that. So every week, the hospitalizations. So you got your cases, you have your deaths, and then you have hospitalizations. We need to look at this disease through this lens and probably a few others. that right there. I mean, it's problematic, Jackson, that the emergency, I mean, that's what's really getting to me the most, that the emergency declaration is going to expire on May the 11th.
And another thing, is that COVID really exposed the biggest weaknesses within this industry. It exposed how hospitals really aren't prepared for stuff like this. And more importantly, they're not really willing to give what's necessary in order to have the type of staff backing to take care of stuff like this. They're more worried about their shares. They're more worried about keeping up with the insurance system, which greatly impacts how they charge and what they charge and whatnot. So, this is just, again, the problems that America has are very fundamental, very foundational, which is both an extreme, it's very bad, but also good in the sense that we know what we need to do. There's really, we don't need a whole bunch of the most brilliant geniuses to come together to figure out that we need to pay people some more and give them some more benefits. This really isn't complicated.
And to have universal health care. I mean, there's no doubt about that need, and more protections for people in the industry. And we're talking about the nurses. We know that there are others in the healthcare ecosystem. The nurses are certainly the firewall, the foundation, call them what you will. The system itself cannot function. And if nurses are enduring this, Jackson, I'm sure it's impacting a whole lot of other people in that ecosystem as well.
Yeah. I guess we can just I don't know, go back to the fucking medieval strategy of strengthening our immune systems. I don't know what the fuck to do, dude. I don't know. Oh, I've been boosted so many fucking times. I think I need another one though. Can't remember my last one.
But lately it's been kind of shitty because of the dog.
How long have you had the dog?
I've had her for a week plus 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You said you have a dog, right?
We're recording, by the way. This is good. This is good stuff. This is how we podcast, baby. I
It's
don't know if you're used to it, but we just go right into it.
That's how I used to do it, yeah. But I interviewed chess grandmasters, so I had 5,000 views.
Okay. That's you don't have 5,000 views anymore. You have a lot of views.
That is true.
How many views do you have?
Just the number?
Just the number right now. What do you think? Honestly?
Yeah.
What do you think down to the fucking total view count right now? What do you think it is? Down to the last number.
On my main channel, 1,285,733,145.
What up?
I don't even.
What do you mean? You go to YouTube. Yeah, you go to
.com/Gotham Chess.
You go to my man Gotham Chess's. Yeah. How do you not know this?
I don't know this either.
Hit that subscribe button real quick.
Hit that subscribe button.
Go and subscribe later.
Now I'm subscribed to Gotham Chess now. It's fine. I mean, I should have done it a long time ago.
No, it's okay. You got to go to about. I don't know why it's there. What did I say? 285?
I'm not big in the chess community. Should I know who he is? I do not know. I'm sure he's very good.
Fuck.
Bro, you were real close.
Wow. I just knew 1.2. I just assumed.
I have no.
Dude, may the odds be ever in your favor. Oh fuck.
No idea what my total views are. It could be
too much.
It could be no.
Oh,
it could be 200. Wait, hold on before you look. It could be 200,000. It could be 200 million. It could be. It's not 1 billion.
But you're not a YouTuber, right? I mean, at the end, you're the streamer mostly.
300 million.
Those 388 million. Not bad. I am not a YouTuber. I started. I upload stuff to my YouTube now. That's real weak though. Weak nuts, dude. Fucking 388 million. Got to get those numbers up,
I gotta,
baby.
but I gotta say, a lot of my numbers are shorts, and also, yeah, and also,
I don't do any shorts.
Yeah, shorts are an interesting thing. I mean, it's easy for chess because it's hot right now, and also, like, it's much more fun to learn chess in 30 seconds.
Such a fun statement to me.
Yeah, chess is hot right now.
Chess is so hot right now. Did you ever think that you would say that?
No.
It's not one of the things that I predicted for the 2020s. I did not think it would be like chess is the cool thing to do. But I guess it's good. I don't know. They taught me to control the center of the board. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah, that's like the only chess thing I've learned watching like Tofu and stuff.
Oh no,
in the streets.
No. Dude, I was like 12 years old, and I was also in 4th grade. I have 2 separate stories where like I was in school and my teachers found out I played chess, and so I was like, oh, look at this like golden nerdy boy who plays chess. So when I got 4th place in nationals, I got a trophy that was the size of me, which you would think would incentivize kids, and they asked me to bring it in, put it in the principal's office. That was the most embarrassing experience. Like top 5 of my life, and I was made fun of.
You got no pussy for that.
Hey, Chestnut!
Zero.
Yeah,
Zero.
that's like the reverse pussy.
Yeah,
It's like-
absolutely.
you're like, no, hide this shit, dog. What are you doing? Like everyone knows I play chess all the time
I mean,
now.
you are not exaggerating, and now
my
it's
God.
like all teenagers are playing it now. I mean, it's
Yeah, why
so
do you think
hot.
chess is hot right now?
I don't know the why. That's
I
the
think
most
it's
fascinating.
Twitch.
Well, there's 3 reasons, right? Like there's 3 booms. There was Queen's Gambit.
Yeah,
That
oh
was huge.
yeah, oh yeah.
That was
Queen's
big.
Gambit made chess sexy.
The noises that came out of your mouth when you thought about Queen's
No,
Gambit.
because I
You
was
should be
trying to think of like why chess is so hot
You
right
should be
now, and
arrested.
he
He got fired up. He's like, you know what? I should play chess.
nailed it on the head.
No, but there's-
Did you watch Queen's Gambit?
No, but it
Oh,
sounded
it was
like
sexy.
it
There was
sounded
like,
like you were thinking of Anya Taylor-Joy when you said, "Oh,
yes, I was thinking.
yeah.
I was kind of thinking of having carnal knowledge of Anna Taylor-Joy because the show is very sexy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sex that goes on.
What is she doing? She's just playing fucking chess.
No, it's
What
like a
the-
love triangle.
Nothing sexier than a pill addiction. Oh my god, I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
You fuck.
The context.
But wait, with who though? Who's the
The
triangle?
other 2 chess players. The one who's like all heady, and he like looks crunchy, like he's in a jam band. And then like the hardline chess bro.
Way more about the show than
Dude,
me.
he has-
It's coming back now.
He's
Yeah.
like, they beat him a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
So
I mean, same.
he
but-
just retains like weird information.
But Queen's Gambit was a show that I watched with my girlfriend, kind of thinking, I was like, oh, fuck, Flavor of the Week Netflix show. And I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was viewed by I think close to 100 million households, which
It didn't like chessboards sell out?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I used to
That's
get.
such a funny thing.
Yeah.
To,
I mean, dude, like it was funny to, I was just sitting around making my little videos, how to play this opening, how to play that, and that was when COVID happened. So
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
COVID was a first.
Wait, are there people doing like chess foreplay or like sexy chess, hot tub chess? What if I learn chess? Wait.
Push, like we had pot champs.
What is a Queen's Gambit?
It's just an opening. I mean, it's just like Queen's pawn, they mirror it, and you like move your pawn. Like move 2 for white, you can get into a Queen's Gambit.
Wow.
And so they named the show after
Dude, I'm
it
so-
because
he's really bad at chess. I'm even worse. I don't even play.
that's actually one of the things I was excited for the most coming here. Not your chess ability, but like I feel as though I have.
Why does Hassan just always keep his Glock? He always just keeps it. He keeps the thing on him. I feel like he's doing like a Steven Crowder setup type bit. It's okay. He's my himbo. He can pull it off.
I've kind of grown a little bit as a streamer, as a YouTuber. The whole time, obviously, throughout this process, I've known Hassan. I've seen you on on the screen. I just talked to Toast the other day, and I'm like, I've known about Toast since 2017 because my roommate used to watch a ton of Toast. It's kind of like trippy for me to be sitting in front of people now. Like, I used to just kind of see this person on a screen and just assume, like everybody else, they're just this digital entity. And I don't know. I feel as though you were one of the rare exceptions in the last few years. You never got into a PogChamps.
I never did. Hikaru was always in my DMs trying
Really?
to get me to play chess, and I was like, I'm good, dog.
You just like you just don't have
just not it.
I know why I don't play chess.
Why don't you play chess?
My dad is
Bad
like
graphics.
No, my dad's like a Mensa genius.
Oh.
And he would just
shit.
mollywop me in board games when I was a kid.
Oh.
Put up like 10,000 point word scores in Scrabble.
Oh, that's so mean. You should let your kid win. What the fuck?
Oh, that's fucked. I hate that.
Octuple jump me in checkers and just run the fucking trap in chess. And I got beat so bad I forgot the moves up until like a year ago, and then I learned the moves again. Like I know the knight does an L, right?
Oh, you mean like literally the characters, like how they? Okay,
Yeah.
even I know that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We have to bring it.
Should you let your kid win? Oh shit. Yes. Jono, yes. What the fuck? At least sometimes. Then humble them when they get cocky. Yeah. I mean, you gotta build up their confidence too. You don't always want to destroy them. Jesus. You feel like a big man beating your child at a fucking Mario Kart? What are you doing? Bro.
The chessboard would have had
Hit me.
I don't
nice
even
little
have
one-on-one.
Hit me. What are the moves?
What do you
What are
want?
the moves, dog?
The
Go
fucking
through.
the castle, but I don't know the names of it because I learned it in Turkish. Kale.
Yeah.
Castle.
Yeah, well,
So
Kale.
what would it be? Like
Rook.
the ones.
It's rook.
It's
It
a
looks like a
okay.
castle, but yeah.
So castle, rook, on the corners.
I had a retcon 7 years of my time. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe consult a therapist. I'm not a professional.
They go only parallel. They can go the entire distance of the fucking board.
They go straight.
Pawns can only go double or one in front, or they can eat by going diagonally.
Okay.
The vizier is it what is that? What would that one be?
You're
I don't.
so
You gotta
fucking
give me the
Turkish.
direction.
Vizier, the one that goes
The
diagonally
knight?
across the board.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bishop.
The bishop.
Yeah.
So we call it vizier.
Them's the rules, yeah. Only wins for the next 7 years. It should balance out.
Oh my god. You learned in school or something? Like
No,
like
I
you were
grew up
born
in
here.
Turkey.
Yeah.
I played chess in Turkey a little bit. Like when I first learned it, I learned it in Turkey, so I don't like fully remember what the names are. You know what I mean? Whatever the fucking names are, because I never even looked at it in America. I didn't even watch Queen's Gambit.
I mean,
like anti-chess, dog. No,
Yeah,
I'm not. But
I mean, I respect it. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody dabbled in recent. At some point, I was really worried, and I never campaigned for any streamer to participate. Like that was my whole thing. I'm born and raised in New York City, so I sort of stay out of people's business. Like I won't really do a whole lot of outreach, except I was coming here this week for 5 days. I have I'm ending the week with a friend's wedding, and I kind of felt like if I'm here May 2nd,
you gotta do it.
Like
Yeah.
let's get on
the
let's
lap.
get on this. So
Are you a New York sports fan at all?
yeah,
Knicks?
of course.
That win last night. Don't you wish you came to the Knicks?
They didn't have Jimmy Butler, and I feel like
that's true.
I went to game 1 and I watched Jimmy Butler absolutely fuck the Knicks
Manhandle us,
and Kyle Lowry too. What I did learn throughout this was I made this joke on a Twitch stream, so I'm going to bring it here too. I learned that the closer you sit to the court and the more you pay per ticket, the better the fans behave around you. So I took my wife and my
Interesting
in-laws.
theory.
They were visiting the U.S. and we went to game 1 versus the Cavs.
Sure.
And we sat in the second deck because we had 4 seats. They're like $650 a pop. We sat.
I won't give my my exact perception of competitive pursuits. True. Yeah, you're traumatized, so they should be too. So true.
Next to these 5 mega frat bros like Staten Island, New York. Every fucking point they stood. And like my in-laws can't see the court. I can't see the court. I can like do this. And they're slapping each other like this every point. And they're on fantasy. I think fantasy ruins sports. I don't think that's a hot take.
Yes.
It ruins sports?
I love that.
What do you mean fantasy
Okay.
ruins
It ruins
sports?
We're
sports?
100%
Hot
moving into that. Okay. It's not
What?
even fantasy, it's gambling. That's
Yeah.
because usually fantasy is just like the legalized way of gambling.
Yeah.
When you're doing any kind of like sports betting. And I 100%, I'm not even like, I don't even have a big dog in this fight either. Like, I don't really watch a lot of sports in
There's
general.
a hard line rule to fantasy sports. Don't do fantasy sports with a team you're a fan of.
I don't think anybody. Let me say, these dudes sitting around me did not follow that. They
No,
were like
they didn't.
every point, like, yo, I got Mitchell Robinson 4 free throws, bro. Let's go, Mitch. Like,
Yeah.
bro, shut up. Just let him take the free throws. Like, relax.
Yeah. They're doing like
If he makes the first 3 point of the half, I win $10.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
go.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when you're prop betting, you know you're in the fucking gutter.
You're in trouble.
You're in the gutter. Prop betting for your own team, that's fucked up.
Real trouble.
Anyway, but that's what I mean. Like all these leagues are now
Rough.
basically
That's rough.
aligning with the cash cow that is like DraftKings and.
Yep.
Have we seen
They're doing so much gambling.
any
It's
sports
crazy.
betting on chess yet?
Yeah, that's a big one. There's been a big
Traumatized at both extremes. That's winning. So true. So true. Be better at traumatizing.
question the last couple of years. Like, when are we gonna get? Because you could do results of games. You could do like
Can we get
move
what
count.
they open with?
Well, actually, Magnus. So, like, I mean, former world champ. He stepped away, but he's kind of like the biggest competitive ambassador for the game. He just launched something where you can bet on the utility of pieces. So, like, X moves of the bishop in a game. Fantasy. So
that is
What?
so.
Prop betting on
That is the
chess is
most-
the
that is
ultimate
the-
degenerate shit.
That is
What?
the most chess way of doing it.
That's so fucking nerdy, dude. So fucking nerdy. I don't even understand what that means.
It's not even like
Oh, Jesus.
it's not even like how do you win? It's like what percentage utility will either character have.
That's so awesome.
You know, chess also got a wave of like these sponsors that were a bit controversial. So Magnus was,
yeah.
you know, he was sponsored by Unibet. I mean, obviously everybody knows Unibet. He had a MasterCard sponsor. He was like the first chess player to get these, you know, enormous sponsors like Puma. That's sick because if you look at any world championship of chess, the sponsor list, nobody knows what any of the sponsors are.
I mean, you guys
So-
get like watches, right? Don't you get like Tag Heuer and stuff?
No.
No? Oh, that's just
No, we have
F1.
nothing. I mean,
That's my bad.
So
Nothing.
No, this-
No, we have nothing. We're starving chess stars. No.
They're nerds, dog. They're not doing Formula One. What do you mean?
Exactly. That was, I mean, but that's like literally what, and what's the series Formula One puts out behind the scenes? What's it called?
Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive. Yeah, that series gets a lot of non-Formula One fans into it because there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of.
I actually watched one of the snippets last night for the first time on my stream where a guy went through a guardrail at like 180 miles per hour and the car explodes in flame and you see him like trying to crawl through the guardrail and you're like, there's no way this human being lives. But apparently like the way that they're designed now in their heat suits, he comes out and he's like 100% fine. And it was one of the most mind-blowing clips I've ever watched in my life.
That's sick.
Yeah, see, well, chess will never have anything even like. How do you even?
What do you mean? No, light. Go to a tournament,
like
you light
someone
Magnus
playing with
on
a hand
fire.
cramp, like,
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, they're gonna finish the game, come out. Like the closest we got to raw, you know, controversial display of emotion. The World Championship just ended.
Beads.
Guy lost, and in the background you could see he was about to slam a thermos, and then he didn't.
You don't have any
He's
fist
kinda-
fights in chess?
Oh, we had chess boxing, but other than that, no. I mean, we've had, you know, a couple dramas here and there, but nobody.
Would you
really...
be banned forever if you threw a punch? Probably.
That's a good question.
Yeah, probably.
I think they ban you for like 5 years. I don't think 2 years.
Bro, the fucking real drama in the chess community is like every legendary chess guy ultimately becomes like a fucking crank. Like
I thought you were gonna say crackhead, but I'll take crank.
No, like 9/11 was an inside job. Jews controlled the media type motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
I was at a little event yesterday, like a little corporate thing, and some guy walked up, and you know he was.
Keepers, are you a chess nerd? What is this? The exact crash. Oh, damn.
He's like, "Oh man, you're gonna be the next Bobby Fischer." I was like, "I hope not."
Yeah.
That's no.
Yeah. Like to the normies, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's like the chess guy, right?"
Yeah,
but
dude,
like,
it's-
if you dig a little bit deeper, you're like, "Oh no, what happened?"
Yeah, it's a shame that our GOAT debate comes down to Kasparov, Carlsen, Fischer, because I'm like, do like 5 minutes of reading on Fisher, and you're like, how is this man still considered like part of the GOAT?
It makes sense though, because like, you know, these guys have dedicated their whole fucking lives to chess. You know what I mean?
There's that saying.
And then you find out a computer can fucking own you a little bit. Like, I'd be pissed off.
Yeah. So
especially that happened in their lifetimes, didn't it?
Yeah. The first time a computer beat like the GOAT was 1997. So they've been better than us since around that time. But we don't care.
They got robots that can shoot basketballs now.
Bro, it's not the same.
Every field has.
If they let that robot play in a game, he would smash.
No.
You just leave him at half court. How are you gonna cover him? You gonna put a player on him the entire? Nah, dude.
Well, they're working on making robots have human mode. Like there's labs as we speak.
Yeah.
Where all they do all day is
Disney Imagineers. They made Spider-Man, dude.
Did they?
Oh, you haven't seen this?
Like
Billy, pull this up. Billy Rave Brains. Yeah,
This guy loves robots. Every
I'm a
episode,
big
he's like,
I was on Lex Fridman. His whole house is full of robots. Yeah, that's why.
Wait, really?
Yeah, his whole house. Yeah, he's
that
big
was
robotics.
it. That was it. That's it right there. They made like a robot. That's how it started. I know this whole thing without words. You can turn the volume off. That's the brick that they started with. That was a small robot that could basically tell where it was in relation to the ground while it was flying through the air. That was the second iteration. That's the first bend. And then boom, that's Spider-Man. And they put him in a costume and he flies through the air at one of their theme parks. Like, that's awesome.
Damn.
Wait, that's not a human?
That's not a human.
That's a robot?
That's the Spider-Man bot. And they put him in a costume and then they make him do tricks.
That's fucking crazy, dude. What, dude?
Oh yeah, dude, NBA is fucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The NBA is fucked.
I think
bro.
there's obviously a little bit more subtle movements, but
that thing it's a one-off. It's just like it hinges.
Yeah, that's true. Like
Hassan,
you should look it up. Oh, you're trying to get me banned now. Oh, you think you're funny. Oh, you think you're cute.
You are looking at the gift of Spider-Man flight, and you're saying that's a one-off?
No, I mean like that. Okay. In order for artificial intelligence and robotics to get to the fucking level of like being able to defeat LeBron James in the same way that a computer can handily defeat a chess player, the best chess player on the planet, you have at least like, I would say, in the most liberal estimate, at least a good 15 years of technology.
I think you're wrong. I think they could make it right now.
Boston.
Wait. Does this mean stuntmen are gonna be like extinct? Why would you risk like injuries of a human if you could just buy a robot? I feel like repairing a robot's probably cheaper than repairing a human in America.
Boston Dynamics is the closest you can get to autonomous robots.
If you make a robot that doesn't move.
Are we talking 1-on-1 or 5-on-5?
I'm talking 5-on-5.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I think because
he's just saying he's saying there's a robot that's like a shot cannon, and they put it at half.
Yes,
and it makes every.
They
shot
have it.
Oh, I see.
Okay, but
they pull up the basketball robot.
I see what you mean.
His name is Basketbot.
Dude,
there he is.
Why are you so knowledgeable on robotics? It's so weird.
I like robots.
You really do.
I really do.
He like every.
Me too. I think they're kind of. I just think they're neat. Okay. I just think they're neat. I like had to like stop looking into it as much though, because like every story I started reading was like, oh, like this police department got the robot dog. This police department is looking into getting robots. It's all over once we have robot police. It's bad and scary, and I don't like it. More likely to get a thank you hamper than a takedown request. All right, if you can find it, keepers, send me a link, please.
Every episode, he brings like a new robot that's like very lifelike.
Look at the form. He's even got the flick in the background. Look, you just load this motherfucker.
Toyota. All right, let's see.
Anywhere on the court, bang.
Automatic.
It's automatic.
On guard. Well,
hold on.
Wait, but what about when a guy's playing defense? It's gonna.
That's what I'm saying. How do you? Okay, if you leave him at like mid court.
Why am I leaving him though?
Shooting threes.
Oh, because he's dribbling up.
You're gonna dedicate a player to play to just stand on.
I'm gonna have a robot too. Fuck it. No, but you're right.
Bang. Bang.
Yes,
Bang.
I would cook this
Bang.
robot, bro.
Bang.
I
Bang.
crossed this robot's bitch ass up. You don't even understand.
Look at his
dude.
shoes.
Here's what I think. With some
I'd
of this
fucking
stuff.
unplug his shit, dog. What's he gonna do then? Nothing.
That's true. No, I was gonna say I think there's fields where it won't matter that a robot is better than all human.
Yes.
It just won't matter.
Yeah.
We're still gonna play we're still gonna play basketball. We're still gonna do this stuff. But some fields it's an actual existential threat. For the first time in my life, like the last 4 years, I've just thought about how to make board game content. But I had like an existential conversation about ChatGPT. That shit is a problem. Like that's gonna put that has the potential to get run tens of thousands, if not hundreds, if not millions of people out of just grunt work jobs, paralegals, data science.
There's currently an ongoing strike that's happening with the Writers Guild of America. Aren't you a fucking writer?
Wait, when did they get him out? Did I miss it? Is it like back here? Is he like still in the fire? I'm confused about the timeline. The fucking printing is still on his fucking suit. You can still read all those logos. How the fuck? That's like some straight up witchcraft. That's witchcraft. And jumpsuits are really good though. Holy shit. It looks untouched. Deadass. What the fuck? A melty ruined logo. Yeah. That's wild. Incredible.
Writers Guild of America.
I'm in the Writers Guild of America.
Why don't you go take it, dog?
I'm here.
Okay.
Every other host bailed. We have 2 other hosts.
That's true. We do have 2 other hosts. It's not about you though, because one of them is sick and the other one doesn't live here.
I see.
Cutie?
Well,
actually, neither of them live here. Let's be real. One of them lives basically
That's
in fucking
true.
Nevada. The other one lives in Oregon.
Oh,
That's true.
Yeah.
I see.
But there's the Writers Guild of America is currently on strike.
I'm not the best Writers Guild member.
One of the reasons is literally that they went to the Motion Picture Association and said, we don't want you to have AI do rewrites on our scripts. Because, like, can you imagine? You're like a fucking seasoned writer, and then some studio exec is like, I ran this through ChatGPT, these are the rewrites.
Can I give you the real reason?
What?
The rewrite thing, the reason that they're upset is less of the existential crisis and more that rewrites are something that a lot of WGA members have baked into their contracts.
Yeah.
And you will get like a successive payday from that. So like,
oh, for sure. I'm just saying that like on the producer end, if in the hands of like business owners, we don't do any politics on this podcast, by the way. This is the maximum amount of politics we're gonna do.
All right.
But if left to the hands of the business owners, all technological improvements will always be utilized to improve efficiency. What do I mean by that? It's not actual efficiency in the same way that you and I understand it, right? What I mean by efficiency is the business terms, like as in improve profit margins.
Sure.
So that means they can get 3 guys' labor out of 1 guy if they have ChatGPT, and that's basically at the heart of this problem with respect to AI. If the workers themselves controlled AI and they were utilizing it, then they could greatly improve their own, workplace standards if they wanted to. That's the main issue with AI. I don't necessarily. I'm not anti-AI, but I do know for a fact that AI, just like any matter of technological improvements, will be used to, kick workers off.
I look at AI right now and
This one? One with the oat milk. But do you want that one?
I don't know.
You want that?
I thought it was yours. You always get.
I get 2 for myself. What?
No.
Do you want one?
AI is so interesting because, like, we are at the crest of a roller coaster, and like, what we're gonna get out of AI is, I think, so beyond what we can fathom, or different than we can fathom. And the next like 10 years are gonna be wild.
It's gonna be so wild. It's like no one could have predicted the internet or like MP3s or like we're in for quite the ride. It's gonna be an interesting time.
I decided after some careful consideration, I think I'm probably anti ChatGPT because I feel like we are fueling an all-knowing brain. We are actually creating God, and that's weird.
Do you think that maybe
that's weird, dude?
It's time for us to relinquish control
and give it to something.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I don't think
sure.
so.
I think the era of man has sucked. I think
it's been pretty shit. Let's be honest. It's been pretty trash. Like Keever said before, I wish I could say we had a good run. But we didn't. But GG, better luck next time. Let the robots have the planet. Let's see what they do.
We, by and large, suck.
That's a good point.
We've proven that we're terrible.
Yeah.
And, like, ultimately, a few outliers who are good, like myself, don't justify human race being in control anymore, man. Let's pass it off, right? To our robot overlords, right, Hassan?
Jaeger's guy, bro.
Listen, Aaron Yeager did nothing wrong.
Dude, you're crazy. Okay. Do I think AI is like gonna take over mankind? Probably not. I think that the same scumbag human beings that have all the power and control right now will weaponize AI to.
But what if they didn't?
To control mankind.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's what I think. What do you mean? What if they didn't?
But I'm just saying, like, what if Skynet becomes self-aware?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I think it would be interesting.
Would you be that upset if robots took over?
I welcome our robotic comrades. Yeah. They're probably more able to be impartial than we are. We have those pesky amygdalas.
Humanity.
Yeah, because I like enjoying things. You know what I mean? And I feel like robots would be like, no, dude, you can't.
But what if
especially
robots? Robots give you like a perfect like communism utopia where they're like, we're gonna do everything. You live in your box. We'll give you a TV and the internet. And that's all you get.
No, we've tasted freedom, right?
That does sound great. But I'll say it like this.
Yeah.
Robots are rational. When I think about robots, or like they have like a built-in logical system to operate off of, right? When I think of robots, I think of my grandfather. My grandfather is an engineer, okay? Doesn't do it anymore, but he has an engineer's brain. And I don't even mean like Murat. Murat has an engineer's brain. My brother, he builds satellite spaceships for Boeing. My grandfather is very stern man. He was always a very stern man. The way I describe it is like, we'd be driving down to go and get food at a restaurant, and we'd pass a restaurant closer to the house to go to a different restaurant because we want, let's say, burgers that night. He would point to that restaurant and go, what do you mean? There's a restaurant right here. This is like closer to the house. Why don't we go to this restaurant? What I mean by that is, for him, it was like food is sustenance. We need to maximize efficiency. Why aren't we going to the restaurant that's like right next to the house?
Yeah.
Why are we going to a restaurant that's even further away? I fear that a world run by code would basically resemble that. And humans are imperfect. That's what makes us
all right,
fun
here's
and
another
awesome.
thing, hypothetical. What if robots created utopia for us? Right, you can do anything you want. The only rule is you can't reproduce.
What?
Can I fuck still though?
No, because it's
what the fuck? No, I don't want.
You can fuck a robot.
No,
you just can't reproduce. You
No,
can't
no,
No?
I
He was way too excited about that.
So guess what? You're a Jaegerist. I just got you.
Oh, God.
You'd revolt against the robots, wouldn't you?
Oh my God.
Oh, I sprayed the trap.
Time, the
Oh
my God.
Okay, but it's the tools of how you fight back against your oppressors.
Sure.
That
Oh
makes-
yeah, you'd be peaceful fighting against the robot overlords. Okay.
We're leaving our guest out.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I was ready to get in there with a joke. You asked me before we went live if I've watched any Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I watched about 1.5 seasons, so I'm very out of the loop. But I told Will, my friend spoiled it for me by telling me everything about the manga. So
Okay. Well, I don't know what is gonna happen. I haven't.
I don't know.
is it over?
I think
It's
there's
the-
one season
it's
left.
the-
There's half season.
It's the last
season, part 3.
So what happened is it's really good IP. So it slapped. So they decided that like the last season will be like 8 seasons.
Yeah.
They have literally been milking this last season for like 5 seasons. now.
Over a year now.
Yeah.
Over a year.
They keep saying last season part 1, the
Part
finale of the last season part 2. Like they just keep extending it.
What? I feel like, is it an American-based? It's not an American-based studio,
No.
right?
No,
That's probably
no,
why.
no,
I feel like if
it's
here
like
you said
super-
final, you can get like sued or something. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You said final 3 times. I'm gonna file a lawsuit. Emotional damage. Like,
I think the Japanese people are playing along because they like it. They
Yeah,
really like the anime.
What shit do you nerd for other than chess?
Oh, that's a good question. It's funny. I don't consume a huge amount of content. I mean, okay, I am a complete nerd about this one skill that I developed when I was a kid. I can basically walk by any car and tell you what car it is just on its tail light. This is my
What?
Yeah, like for the most part.
Billy Ravebrains, I need you to covertly pull up the back of a car and put it on that screen.
All right, let's don't make it like a Renault or a.
No,
you
we
know,
have to do it. We have to.
If you try to, yeah.
We're gonna try and stump
Wait,
you.
did you also think as a kid that like cars have faces?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like
you don't feel this way.
You don't know this? Yeah, all cars have
Dude,
faces.
all cars have faces.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Now I got someone who's
Yeah.
on board
What the
with this.
fuck are you talking about?
When I was a kid, I would look at cars and be like, "Oh, that's a sad car. That's a happy car."
Yeah,
all
of
cars
course.
have faces.
Yeah, every car has like a face.
Every car has a face.
Maybe after we do this quiz, we'll do the front of these cars, and you'll be like, "Oh, you see what I'm talking about?" Like some cars look intense.
So you were
know?
doing Pixar cars before Pixar cars.
I have always,
guess, yeah,
I have always looked at cars and thought it's so odd that every car has a face and no one is like saying anything about it.
That's fascinating.
You just
That
like
you have
unlock
that
the
experience.
You unlocked a
Yeah.
core memory in my brain just now.
Yeah, the other stuff I don't really nerd out for much. Like I can't really, because I do content all the time. I'll throw on like a Twitch stream for background noise, but I mean I'm into like basketball, MMA. I've watched mixed martial arts for 15 years.
So you're a sport guy and you're a car guy.
Yeah.
What's your daily driver?
What does that mean?
What do you drive around?
I'm in New York. We don't have cars in New York.
yeah, that's
we
You're a
walk
car
everywhere.
guy and you don't have a car.
There's
he's
nowhere to
in New
park it.
York,
I don't have a
that's true.
driveway.
That's true. No, it's listen. You
I
live
love
in
driving. When I come out to LA, like I really enjoy it, except when there's traffic.
What do you rent when you come out here?
This is my first time renting a car here, so it's very unimpressive.
What did you
Just
rent?
got a compact Enterprise Kia Soul.
Oh,
I
no.
got.
Oh, dude.
Oh no.
So
What you doing?
well, I didn't know what else to do. So
We
you gotta
gotta
give me
do
the
a,
advice.
gotta go
a
to, like-
Fear End takes Gotham Chess to the track. Let's take you to a racetrack and let you drive some
My
dumb
wife
stuff.
is getting me like a birthday present where I can drive like a Ferrari around the racetrack.
That's awesome. She already we're
My
clapped.
birthday's in December though, so I got time. Subaru. Or
No.
it's not a Subaru?
I don't think so, but I don't have the skill. You do.
Got the gift.
I think it's a Subaru. Oh.
Okay, his gift is gone.
Yeah,
you
it's
didn't even
gone.
show it, March. You didn't even show it on screen.
Give me 5. I'll either redeem myself
Oh
or
my God.
That one was tricky.
Yeah, pull up a Subaru headlight. Pull up a Subaru headlight. You'll see. Pull up like a Subaru
Taillight.
Legacy taillight. Yeah, taillight. Subaru Legacy taillight. See, I'm not crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, like the one on the left.
That's a Camry, dog. Or wait,
No, on the left there. No. You see, it's like it's.
all right.
Oh,
That's
that's
actually not
very
bad.
close.
Mark,
see?
show it on camera.
And
That's
you like how I
very-
knew it was a Legacy too?
Okay, Okay,
That's
you redeemed
actually
yourself.
very close.
Wait, that one looks like a Camry too, though, doesn't it? The 2015-2019 Subaru Legacy taillight. Taillight alone, doesn't that kind of look like a Camry from the back? Am I crazy?
All right, let's see Camry from the back.
Toyota Camry. I don't know. I mean, I have a Toyota Camry, and I might be wrong on this. I have no dog in this fight.
You know what I was
not
expecting you to say when I asked you?
Let me see that Camry pussy from the back. Hey, yo, what that Camry do?
If you nerd on anything else,
Batman. Older.
Your Gotham chest.
Yeah, but I didn't name myself that because of Batman.
You're fucking kidding me.
I named myself that because I'm in New York, and it turns out Gotham is based on Chicago. I was like, oh, well, you know, what do I... Also, you got to remember, I didn't even have a YouTube page. I just had a Twitch stream. I never even thought this was going to be my career, so in hindsight, I would have named myself something different, probably.
Yeah.
But,
Manhattan chess.
No, I would have even just been me. But now when people recognize me,
chess?
yeah, no, they're like, yo, Gotham. Like, people don't know my name. It's very funny.
Gotham is a sick thing to be called, though, man.
Until they sue me, but hopefully not. I have like,
Don't worry, it's not a Nintendo. It's not a Nintendo product.
Yes,
so many companies use Gotham.
Yeah.
Like even the Jets, the New York Jets, who I'm
Yeah.
a huge fan of, they call themselves Gotham City Football Club a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. Also, you guys have Rogers now, right? Is that done?
That's done.
Officially.
That's done.
Yeah, he was at
You
hear
hear
game
that?
one.
You hear that?
I
Have
do.
you burned your Vax card yet?
He burned his
What?
Vax card.
Well, I'm a Jets fan,
He's a
so in
Jets fan.
solidarity,
Yeah.
What? He burned his Vax card?
Well, he's inoculated.
He converted to Islam. He reverted to Islam
That's right.
when the Jets coach was Muslim.
Bismillah.
Yeah.
Pepela.
I didn't
He's
burn
a big
it.
stan.
The only reason I haven't burned it looks like my card survived like a nuclear. I mean, it's like all no.
I don't even know how people still use Vax.
Dude, it's bad. I'm not gonna name any names, but in the last even 6 months, like it's 2023, I've been asked if I can show proof of the third Vax and if I can bring my Vax card to get into a building of like
why don't you-
5,000 people.
Brother,
What?
you need to get it on your Apple. You need to get it on your Apple Wallet. That's what I have.
But no, but like, why do we even show this stuff anymore? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
no one's wearing a mask anywhere. Like, what are they doing? There's buildings in New York that won't
Yeah, make it make sense at least.
let you in unless you show 3 vaccines. And
I did not know that, but I mean, I do it for travel, right? Like, because like if you go to Japan, you need to make sure that you have had your third inoculation and like all that stuff. It's super simple if you have it on your Apple ID. That's what I have.
Okay.
I don't know where the fuck my Vax card is. I think I had it when I first got my vaccine, and then that's it. I lost it.
No, I
immediately.
recently, to go into like a studio to record a thing, they wanted me to upload a photo of my card, and I realized
it is pretty funny though, because at this point, like this isn't. It's like weird to admit this, but you know the people fucking died already. You know what I mean? Like
it's
you
true.
either had COVID or you got vaccinated and then got COVID, so you're like omega protected. You know what I mean? And at that point, it like the fatality rate basically resembles like the common cold. You know what I mean? If you are in some ways,
Dude,
in the
you're
words
so
of
canceled.
in the words of Aaron Rodgers, in some way immunized.
Listen, the normal person in me thinks what you're saying is disgusting, but the Aaron Rodgers fan in me, dap that shit up, brother.
I mean, what I'm talking about is like,
welcome to the Jets,
I'll,
brother.
I'll tell you, like my grandparents, right? They're in their 70s. They got vaccinated when it first came out, April 2021. They like made the whole, they pushed for the whole family to do it, and they're Republican. Like, I know we're not getting into politics. Like, they're Republican. They fully believe the science. They're both like Soviet Union physicists, so they got the 2 shots. They even got the 3rd shot, and then at some point, late 2022, like. They're like, what the fuck is this? Like, we're not getting a 4th. We're not getting a 5th.
Yeah.
We want COVID at this point.
Yeah, we're done with this.
And
have
they started
dodged
traveling.
it? Have they dodged it completely, or did they get COVID?
They've been sick here and there. I don't know. I mean, the truth is,
because like my grandparents were super careful. They got COVID, and they survived it. And my grandfather's like, really, I mean, he's old as fuck.
Dude, that was my experience. My dad's in his 90s.
Okay.
And during like the early days of COVID, I was so diligent about everything.
Oh, dude, me too. Like
I was, meticulous. And my dad got COVID, and the motherfucker didn't even like. He just walked through it. He's like, "Yeah, I feel fine."
You got vaccinated though, right?
I'm a little congested. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I
I'm
think
a little
like
congested, but
like
I'm sure it helped. Like, I'm sure it helped.
Oh, I think so, 100%.
Yeah,
that
I agree
is
with
the
that.
one part where I'm like, dude.
No, I'm just
that
saying
shit was so fire.
my fear of
Oh, yeah.
COVID
Of course.
changed
Oh
after
yeah, like
my dad got it.
dude, I remember my wife and I would go out like only 9 p.m., fully masked, to the store.
Yeah,
and
that's
come
what-
back,
yes.
wash hands and
Yeah.
shit, like get under the nails
Bro,
and shit.
Bro,
like,
did you ever do the fucking washing your groceries thing?
What do you mean?
Okay.
Some people would, like,
So when
wipe
it
down
first
their-
came out, when all of this stuff was first coming out, there's a lot of junk science out there. A lot of people who are like trying to fucking make a living for themselves by being like overprotective of what to do.
Dude, at one point
They
they
were
were
saying
like
you
they
gotta
were
wash
saying
your-
COVID germs were like green beret. Like,
oh yeah.
They were
it
saying
could live
you
on a
have
surface for 18 hours.
The fomide, which by the way we now know is like not even the case.
Yeah.
but everyone was like, oh, it's fomide. Like you can't contact, like you can get it off of a surface, whatever. And it's just like aerosol is what we now know. You know what I mean? It's all fucking breathing. But because of that, they were like, you got to wash your groceries. You got to wash your Postmates. I literally, when I saw that, I was like, nah, I'll die.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, literally same. Literally same. I'm like, nah, that's too much. I think I'll just die. I don't want bleach on my groceries, so I guess I'm gonna die now.
nah.
Nah, you're bringing up. Oh my God, that's not a core memory. I remember my grandma being like, "Don't get cans. Don't get canned soda." They're saying on Yahoo News that canned soda got COVID around the thing, and if you pull it, and I was like, "Grandma, if I get COVID like that, I fucking deserve it. Like I don't know what to tell you."
It uses the carbonation
Like,
to attack
you know what I mean?
your
No,
face.
everybody was
I'm
so
done.
scared.
I'm
Everybody was-
dead.
it's
I'm dead.
just-
Kill me.
So I think like 90% of people were just like my grandparents, like, "Oh my God, we got to be super diligent." And then like a year and a half goes by, you're like,
No, I was there,
No, I
man.
think, like-
we were living in LA. LA was I
like
try
New
and
York,
tell-
yeah, we cracked down the hardest.
Yeah, I try and
We
tell
had
people,
curfews.
the cities, if you were in a city, COVID was different from cities.
Yeah.
My experience in Los Angeles proper versus my parents' experience in like Pinehurst, North Carolina were totally different.
Yeah. Which is funny though, because like all the people that don't live in cities were constantly talking about how locked down they are. I'm like, bro, you never had anything.
Yeah.
Like, you're in Alabama, dog. You don't even have neighbors. What are you talking about?
We had to move our tea time.
No, they got like noise curfews. You know, you can't fly planes over certain small towns. I just learned this recently. Like by 5 p.m., no planes. Like
He was trying to fly a plane over a small town.
It was a wild time. Yeah, I look back. Like you could walk in New York City and there was just nothing.
It was kind of cool. It was in
cool,
a weird
yeah.
way. Like LA was so fucking empty.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a free content idea. I don't know why this just came to me. You should play chess against someone in the back of a race car.
Okay.
That'd be so hype.
I want to do a series where I play devices. Like I want to play a Tesla. I played an airplane. I beat the airplane.
What do you mean you played an airplane?
So what they do now is they make like a gadget. I mean, in this case, a plane, and they put like a chess bot into it to play. It's not exactly the plane like being an AI.
I love
but,
that. Did you beat the plane?
I beat the plane, but I played a treadmill once and it fucked me up. Like I was on a treadmill at a chess tournament in Texas. And I was bored, and I was like jogging, and I was like in my cool down. I'm like, oh, it's got chess, cool. Let me play this stupid, and like it kicked my ass.
Did you film it?
Did you put it on like the hardest difficulty, or was it just cracked?
I don't even know. This I don't remember. I just remember I played this fucking treadmill, and it was like murder. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like this is ridiculous.
That is incredible.
So like you could probably play a fridge now. You could play like a toaster. I mean, you could like MacBook. I'll lose every time.
That. I like that as a concept. Like,
Yeah, I wonder who the best chess gadget is. It's gotta be that treadmill.
Well, it's probably whichever computer has the, you know.
You don't believe that there's any like fighting spirit? Maybe it's just got chops.
No, one is just like automatically destroys everyone. The one, the chess bot that we're
Well, it's like, no, there's an underdog device.
talking about is like.
Is there any way that we can have that treadmill play against Deep Blue, like the chess?
I don't know if they were like retired Deep Blue but yeah, at the end of the day, it's all just.
God, I would
it's all
love
bots.
to watch robots fight different chess bots.
You love robots, bro. It's
I'm
weird.
so in.
I like battle bots. I like when they just beat the shit out of each other. That's pretty cool.
I feel like
Battle
those
bots should come back.
See, that's why I'm
Yes.
like not afraid of the robotic uprising. Those battle bots are bitch asses, dude.
What?
Yeah, I'd fucking kick one. I'd
Hassan,
step
a
on it.
battle bot would fuck you up beyond all
You're out
recognition.
of
Yeah.
your mind.
What are you?
Hassan clearly never fucking watched BattleBots. What the fuck? You're kidding? You're kidding me, bro? Ain't no way. I love this shit. Oh, they have a YouTube channel. What is this? Is it still going? Wait, is it still happening? Pog! Oh my god, Pog! I'm fucking pogging. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm so excited.
Oh, this is going to be good. And as if things weren't already super intense, check this out. Earlier today, after Riptide had already weighed in at 250 pounds, Adam Wrigley's brother Eric found the team backstage allegedly working on their robot. Now, modifying a robot after making weight is against the rules. So Shatter asked to have Riptide weigh in again. This time the bot came in 2 pounds lighter.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Why is it 248 now when it was 250 before?
I don't know.
It's
Busted.
You're right, there's something wrong.
Busted. They've added drama in. I love it.
We made it lighter.
After the weight discrepancy, Shatter
Hassan versus Robot Hassan.
also asked to have Riptide inspected to ensure the team hadn't modified their robot to gain a competitive advantage. And here's what Ethan Kurtz had to say about the situation.
So Shatter thinks we're cheating. We are not cheating. Their paranoia is affecting our performance. I think this is really uncool that they did this. I think after this is over, we're gonna rip them apart.
Now, Riptide did pass the additional inspections, and BattleBots officials also found zero evidence of funny business. Team Shatter was satisfied with those results, so the fight is on. But
I'm just so glad this shit is still going. This makes me so happy. I had no idea. Oh,
in a
amazing.
sport that's congenial, things have reached a fever pitch. Which team will survive this fiery, high-stakes
Let's
matchup?
fucking go. It's like UFC BattleBots.
Farouk.
And the red square from Brooklyn, New York. If you have dreams of staying in one piece, they're about to shatter!
Here is Team Shatter, Captain Adam Wrigley bringing up the rear. Obviously, Adam doing what he felt was necessary to ensure a fair fight tonight. Kenny, what's your take on the whole deal?
Well, I think Adam's concern is understandable. You're not supposed to modify your robot after clearing inspections, and we still don't know why Riptide came in 2 pounds lighter. But Adam's clearly got Ethan Kurtz riled up. In terms of how that affects the fight, some people fight worse when they're angry, some better.
And the blue square from Tarzana, California. Unfortunately for you, there's no lifeguard in the battle box. Watch out for Riptide!
The sophomore sensation Riptide. Is that supposed to be Shatter swinging the hammer? Well, for a team that is getting reweighed and re-inspected, they seem to be pretty loose, Kenny.
Yeah, and look at Ethan high-fiving the crowd. He doesn't seem to be sweating it. Listen, with each and every bot-breaking KO they've had this season, the pressure gets a little higher. At the end of the day, this is a group of mostly 20-year-olds. Let's see if they can keep their emotions in check and stay focused enough.
Pog. Let's fucking go.
Matchups in BattleBots history have had a lead up like this one. After all the controversy, we know Ethan Kurtz is going to come out swinging. It's finally time to let the robots do the talking.
What chaos. I'm so hyped.
Let the bot battle begin.
Oh, shit.
Huge shot.
Let's go. Fuck.
Nice accurate counter shot by Shatter to the for Riptide.
But here comes Riptide looking to fully set around the box. You can hear that deadly egg beater weapon humming. Oh, Shatter trying
my
to hold
god.
it.
Oh my god.
The hammer, but Riptide chipping away. Oh, another. Right off the glass.
Brutal follow-up shot. Shatter trying to right
Holy
himself.
fuck.
Riptide not giving him an inch, Chris.
Getting fucking owned, dude.
Tearing pieces apart. Wow. Yeesh.
Destroyed. Holy
Oh
shit.
my God, just launched it 12 feet.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, just getting fucked. Oh no. Oh god, it has no defenses. Oh. It's dead. It's already dead. It goes so high.
Shatter wants more.
Fuck. Oh no. Oh no.
Can Shatter move? It's trying to dislodge itself and get going. Get me off of this pulverizer. I'm supposed to be hammering, not taking the hammer.
Riptide going back to its corner. They know they have to knock
The
down.
commentators.
Yeah, here comes the smoke on Shatter. I'm not so sure they can
It's
move.
so fucked.
Nope, the
It's
countdown
over.
started.
It's so Jover.
Run of the 2-seed Riptide will continue as it ends Shatter's season for the second year in a row.
What did we expect, boys? What did we expect? What did we expect?
I want to know how fast they were spinning.
We'll ask him. I want to know how fast they were spinning.
Hey, we will find out.
Kenny, that weapon on Riptide, in a word,
Wrecked.
dominant.
Yeah, and nasty. Again, you know, those long forks were allowing them to get underneath Shatter there. I mean, just massive shots. I don't know how Shatter was able to
The
withstand
way it
a lot
just
of these.
flips it around.
Because when you have a hammer
Holy
like
shit.
that thing can get.
Wasn't this thing like 250 pounds? Holy
And
shit.
You're gonna stop working. So kudos to Shatter, but man, oh gosh, Kenny, I can't even watch.
What Riptide is doing to the field this season is scary, Chris. How can you watch a fight like this, like all of Riptide's fights this year, really, and not be intimidated by the prospect of facing this robot? Unbelievable.
As we know, a lot of tension and emotion going into this matchup. Credit to Shatter for their never say die attitude, but the moment belongs to Ethan Kurtz and Team Riptide. Their jaw-dropping run continues as they now advance to the round of 16.
Oh. Fuck, I love this shit. I love it so much. Why is it so good?
Ethan Kurtz, congratulations to you and Team Riptide. You are now 5-0 with 5 knockouts. Is there anything that can stop you?
Clearly, Adam's paranoia cannot stop us, so I don't think anything can stop us.
What does that mean?
They had us check weight 3 times, multiple tip speed tests. We don't cheat. We did our thing. We did exactly what we had to do. And yeah, no one's gonna stop us.
Let's go. W.
Well,
dude,
congratulations.
it's
We'll see you in the round of
fucking. It's gotten so much better since I was a kid, back in my day. Let's just see season 1. It's so shit. Oh, this is the same one. Holy shit. I'm obsessed. New React meta? God, I hope they don't claim me on YouTube. That would be very bad. I just want to watch a little more. Did Riptide go too far? Shit. Oh my god. These things are terrifying. Can you imagine the damage you could do with one of these? Holy fuck. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna have to count you out. I'm not showing motion. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
What? Valkyrie? Hog. Yeah. It's so hype. Oh shit, we still have 20 minutes of this. Okay.
They have rotating saw blades.
Yeah, give me.
What do you do?
Give me a sledgehammer.
Oh, stop.
one like Zweihanda.
Zweihanda.
Yeah.
You're gonna Zweihanda.
Yeah, but if you miss, you gotta hit it.
Whatever, dude. I'll fucking run away
Dude,
from
and
it.
you're talking about like the prosumer models. Have you ever seen any of like the American Gladiator bots that they had to like defend the dome?
Well, like American military probably has some crazy ass shit, right? Like that's
Yeah, I mean,
we
guys,
pay some big taxes here. Like,
Boston Dynamics
For sure.
has basically Boston Dynamics is at the cutting edge of this. Okay, they did the dog, then they immediately put weapons on the dog. By the way, not Boston Dynamics, but like someone else was like, "Oh, great idea, let's put a fucking gun on it."
You know what I just realized?
What?
You're anti-bot.
I fuck up a bot. Dude.
You're anti-bot.
Big
I just realized
catch
that.
his hands.
You're part of your obsession with my fascination with robots is that you're on the other side of the fence.
Remember his weaknesses, his ankles. True. True. Riptide would humble him.
Maybe it's because my brother fucking built like both battle bots and just robots in general his whole goddamn life, and I just have a distaste for it.
That's crazy. How do you feel about bots?
I don't mind bots. I don't mind. I mean, I don't.
You're neutral.
I just don't. I just choose not
Wow,
to
he said
care too much.
He said neutrality.
You guys connected about fucking car faces, and
Okay.
I can't get anybody to get into robots with
Well,
it?
well, let me explain. In chess, bots have been better than humans for 25 years. We just live in harmony with them. Like they help us get better at chess.
Okay.
We don't give a shit that they're better than us.
Yeah.
They don't threaten us in any way. In fact, I farm bots for content constantly. Like we just finished this thing called TSEC, which is like computer chess championship, like the 2 best bots in the world played. So I use that for a YouTube video. Everybody has a good laugh because nobody understands bot games. They're fucking like, supernatural level, and they see 20 moves ahead and they make some ridiculous move and you're like, what? And then 20 moves later, it shows you the point. So in chess, we will live in harmony with our AI overlords.
I want to bring this up. This is not necessarily about robots, but this is about your content.
Okay.
Part of the reason why I was like, oh, Gotham Chess, like, let's have him on the show. Let's have him on the podcast. Is because I'm an old man.
Okay.
And as an old man, I do market research, just like all these like marketing executives do by talking to my younger relatives. And I always check in with Pro, Jake's son, my cousin, like 14 now. I always check in with him. I'm like, who are you watching? If he likes to play Madden, which I think is, that's shitty. It's Jake's
Not
fault.
What's wrong with Madden?
Dude, Madden sucks. I want him to play I bought him fucking Breath of the Wild and a Nintendo Switch and like amiibos or whatever the fuck they're called and like so many like sick ass things to like get him excited about like playing like a massive real RPG game. And he was just like, nah, I like Madden. He's a jock. He's like a gamer jock.
What else does he like besides Madden?
Anyway, but the point I was going to make,
for the big plot twist.
Yeah, the plot twist is back in the day when he was a little bit younger, he was like, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. I watch Mr. Beast all the time. He still does, obviously. Mr. Beast is for the whole family. But out of nowhere, apparently he likes playing chess a lot. And I was like, wow, you play chess? Like, what's going on with that? And so I asked him, who do you watch? And he
Just
said,
me.
Gotham Chess.
Damn.
He watches a lot of your videos, and he's 14 years old. I mean, that's like, those little shits are the backbone of the
big.
algo.
Well, they're bigger than me. They're not bigger than you probably, but physically, like I have a 16-year-old brother. He's 6'1".
Bro, really?
Yeah.
No, 14-year-old. I mean, pro is tiny, but for now. But my point is, chess is popping off, and you've played a big role in that online, from what I understand. I mean, you're one of the largest, if not the largest, chess content creator
by far.
Yeah, but
some respect. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Work my ass off.
No. I mean, I'm just saying.
Respect on his name.
I don't want to like
content creator, not
creator,
competitor. Like I'm not gonna mix crosswise like Hikaru, Magnus. Like they play chess for real.
Yeah.
I can't play. I'm kind of a
you got
bitch.
content.
You got beat by a treadmill.
Yeah. Although in my defense, it would have fucked him up too, probably. But I mean, I could tell you a bit more about it. Like, did he get into chess recently?
Yeah. Like a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah, I think.
So, December 2022, January 2023. It took me 18 months to go from 1 to 2 million on YouTube. It took me 40 days to go to 3 million.
What?
In the month of January, my YouTube channel had 300 million views.
That's crazy.
And if you combine TikTok and Instagram, it was all shorts. Like it was literally just, yo, here's how to win a chess game in 6 moves. Here's like this trick. Here's this concept. Here's this. And I never thought much of short form content because it's like you can't monetize. Like, what am I doing? Why am I screaming into a camera, like chopping it up? And then finally, I just like sat my ass down and I realized I can write 10 scripts. By the way, you can, it might not be like of interest, but you can summarize a lot of the streams of world news in 30 seconds. Those TikToks are fucking fire. I get them from these random people. They start with like, powerful hook. Like you gotta like pay attention to what's going on today between US and China. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do. And then they tell me everything in 20 seconds. I'm like, damn. That's bad or that's good.
Can you summarize the Israeli-Palestinian situation in 30 seconds, please? We'll just do a little. We'll just do a little sample. Go ahead. 30 seconds.
Chess.
Hey, Billy Ray Brains, pull up a clock.
There's no shot I can do.
Billy
that.
Ray Brains, pull up a clock.
We're
gonna put this on the internet as a short.
See, that's the problem. The problem is like I can't do that.
And go.
In 1948, a concept called the Nakba happened, where a lot of Palestinians were forcibly removed or evacuated from their homes. And this created a sequence of events that led to the Israeli state being successfully
15 seconds
launched. Nowadays, what do you mean? It's apartheid.
10 seconds.
Like what? Stop.
8.
We're gonna. Okay, I'm done.
You got a lot of history to get through. Come on, Gaza Strip.
No, I would have to script it out. I would have to script it out.
Yeah, you have to script it.
And also on top of that, you gave me the worst one.
Nowadays, nowadays.
You gave me the worst one.
That's the best piece of content we've ever made.
You gave me the worst one. I can't describe it in 30
Putting that
seconds.
on the internet.
No, but okay, with slightly less hot, dude. That issue spills over to chess. Like I get a message in the chat, in my Twitch chat, like, yo, Levy, much love, watching you from Israel for 2 years now.
Yeah.
That person writes that for the next 2 minutes in Twitch, they just get like free
Obliterated.
Palestine,
Yeah.
fuck you, like it's crazy.
Oh, no.
And chess.
Oh no, that's terrible. I mean, free Palestine, but don't attack individual Israelis. They might support. Oh god, I can't.
Chess is not immune to that stuff either, man. Like, I get a lot of that. So I get a lot of the weird stuff too, because I'm, I say I'm Jewish. Like my family's former Soviet Union.
You know who else said that? George Santos. But no politics. All right, go on.
Did he actually say?
He did.
God,
George Santos lied about being Jewish and also being a.
I'm 100%. Like my 23andMe will be like Jew.
All right, pull it up.
Like,
you know what I'm talking about though?
No, I have no idea.
George Santos is a New York Republican who actually unseated a Democrat, like the third most important Democrat. He's like a fundraising Democrat in the party. And he lied about being Ukrainian. He lied about like his grandparents being Holocaust victims, Holocaust survivors. He lied about his name. Like he was just
He lied about everything. Everything. It would be a shorter list to say what he didn't lie about.
massive comment. It was a big meme. But also he literally said he was Jewish. And then when all of this came out that he was lying about everything, he's still in office, by the way. American
course he is.
American politics is awesome.
Did you see the video of the guy?
He said, "Oh, I never said I'm Jewish. I'm Jew-ish."
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Damn, I've been saying this for like but I'm actually, you know, both parents. I had a bar mitzvah. I mean, I would hope I'm Jewish. They put me through some shit. I had to sit there and learn all the baruch. Anyway, yep. No, but yeah, back to like there's obviously easier top talking points you can make 30-second content about, and that shit works. Like it's easy. You put it on 3 platforms and you get impressions and people like get into it. That's what happened with chess.
I used to get my editors to like chop up shit from my streams, but it's probably much better if you like write it. If you write it.
I write it, but you also have to understand, like, I work Monday through Sunday, probably about 10 hours a day, and it's only on my content. So I know every video we post. My TikTok guy brings me a TikTok, and I'm like, no, put this in the front, chop up these 3, like every day.
Yeah.
And
no, same.
And so like it's.
I mean, I stream 10 hours a day. So.
No, but I imagine like after you stream, you can't possibly also like fix 5 seconds in a tick. Like someone's gonna have to make that easier for you.
Yeah.
I don't stream, which makes it a lot easier. I get so tired after streaming, and it's my last priority. So I focus on YouTube. Some of the scripted stuff. It really works. That's why he got into it probably. And once you get into it, you got like 2 friends who get into it. That's all you need, because you're gonna be like the alpha. You're gonna beat although I think that theory has been disproven. But you're gonna beat your friends at chess. You're gonna be like the smart one in the group.
Yeah.
Now everyone's playing chess. Like teachers are complaining, kids are playing chess in school and not doing work. What the fuck? That's crazy.
I want to put that forward to you. You're the greatest mind in chess now, or at least the most consumed.
Just content.
Definitely not the best player.
The most consumed. Chess.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, that for sure.
Why chess? Why is it so immortal?
Why not checkers?
Why?
Well, pieces move the same.
But why is chess so immortal? Why is it so timeless? Why does it have this universal appeal?
I don't know if it's always been there or we made it in the last like 3-4 years, because I think if you go back to like, let's say 2005, okay, most people learned chess when they were young, just in school somewhere. It's in some cultures. It's just something that you do. But the truth is, like, as you get older, sports, other more useful academics, like the fact that if you ever wanted to paint a picture of a nerd in a movie, like they play chess. What the fuck else do they play?
Yeah.
There's no other game. I mean, like they play chess. They're like this weirdo, they spend, the chessboard and everything. And I gotta, something bombs going off?
The fuck was that?
Jesus. Anyway.
It might have been the stopwatch or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Look, before I was doing any of this, like I graduated 2017. I had a stats degree. I was going to teach a little chess in New York, private lessons, and go be a, consultant. Like I leveraged the connections I made teaching private school kids to get like an interview at Barclays, an interview at Deloitte. But like I never could feel like I was part of that world. I was constantly coming up short on interviews. I couldn't do all this like bullshit, like name your biggest weaknesses, blah, blah, blah. You do all these interview scripts in college.
What's your biggest weakness?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Pull up the 30-second timer.
No, I'm, in life or in chess? That's a good question. I think I have a massive case of overthinking and anxiety. I put thoughts into people's heads. So I will stop short of trying to push for opportunities for myself, because I'm like, I think they have some perception of me already, or meanwhile, like that's just completely untrue. Or if I'm gonna start talking about something to a room of people, I'm like, they don't care.
What was the anxiety you had before approaching us or coming here?
Approaching you guys, I think it was a little bit like we don't know each other at all. Like I know Ludwig. Like I'm gonna go in the yard. Like I've sat next to him chess boxing. Like we've talked a little bit.
Yeah.
That guy sucks.
Yeah, we hate that guy.
All right, yeah, fuck him. I'm
piece of shit.
I'll talk some shit. I mean, that dude doesn't respond to my DMs. It's ridiculous.
Let's go.
No, he's a piece of shit. Unless you have business opportunity, he will be on.
Yeah, but if he needs you.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like his best performing YouTube collab in like 3 months. I'm like, yo, you want to do another board game collab? He's like, yup.
Air him out.
That's it. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
Dude, answer my DMs. I don't know which camera I'm supposed to look at. Sorry, I'll see him in a couple days.
He's the worst. Read him to filth.
No, reaching out to you guys, I was like, we don't know each other, so I just never know. Like, we have to spend 90 minutes in a room. Is it gonna go well? And I know you're not like the biggest. You don't have the biggest interest in chess.
Yeah,
so it's
but I
like,
never shut the fuck up. I love talking.
See, there you go. See, and it's going great. I think it's going great, right? Like, but I don't know. We want to find out.
Don't get anxious.
You're a New York sports fan. You get a pass from me.
Yeah.
Just like as a guy. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like like I said though, I just don't get into people's business too. Like if I don't get invited, I'm not gonna overstep. I don't want to. Plus, we're here at 9 a.m. I kind of feel bad. I thought you were.
This is awesome. You're fun.
No, I wake up early. It's just like there's a lot of disease in this house currently, and I'm a puppy dad, so it's like fuck my shit up a little bit. You have a puppy or had a puppy.
He's one now. Yeah,
he's officially out.
Kaya is so cute.
Out of the puppy area.
You can pull up
kinda.
Gotham Doodle on Instagram.
Oh,
so let's talk about that.
He doesn't really have an Instagram page, but I'm saying like he has like 5-10 photos on there. It's not like a
black charcoal labradoodle.
Bernedoodle. So he's 25% Bernese and 75% poodle. And you know what the weird thing about being a content creator is? No, it's Gotham Doodle. Like his Instagram page is just Gotham Doodle. I don't know if you feel this way. I felt weird getting a dog that clearly is a genetic experiment because I have horrible like allergies to animals.
All dogs are technically like that though.
No, but it's like, oh, you didn't rescue one?
Yeah.
Oh, you spend money on a dog, you fucking piece of shit?
Yeah.
But luckily, somehow chess avoids this type of stuff, man. Like,
you don't get canceled for dumb shit. I actually did. I didn't give a shit about what my dog's breed was. I just wanted a big dog, and lucky for me, big dogs are not exactly easy to take care of. So a lot of families will get one. I basically stole mine from a little girl.
A child.
No,
from a family that
we drove down.
A family that got this puppy, thinking like thinking that they were gonna be fine to take care of a dog that's gonna be like 150 pounds.
That was when
fucking cute.
Yeah, that was when he was like your dog's age, like all the way at the bottom. But now he's
fucking cute dog.
He's the prettiest Bernedoodle I've ever seen. Like we've seen Bernedoodles that don't make any sense. Like their face is white, their bottom nose is black.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that like poodle breeds are like very, it's like very hit or miss.
But he's like gorgeous. Like he has the perfect color. I don't know how lucky we got with this doofus, but he's great. He knows like 20 commands, like sit, paw, up, off, voice, go to mommy. Like,
wow.
Yeah, he knows like go upstairs, go downstairs, hush. Like we
When's
taught
he
him
gonna start beating you in chess? That's a real question.
I mean, dude, we like, yeah, my wife's like, we gotta like record footage, like you playing him or that stuff always does pretty well. He was awful. I mean, to raise him was the worst experience of my life.
He was awful at chess.
No, yeah, fuck him up. He didn't even know the rules, like idiot. No, he's
dumbass.
Dude, I remember that. Yeah, I was complaining a lot. And people in my Twitch chat were like, why the fuck did you get a dog? You're like such an asshole. And I'm like, dude, I sleep 3 hours a night. Like, he shits on the floor every night. I mean, every night. Like twice a day, he'll just shit all over the floor.
Yeah.
There was a day I had him we never crated him. We had a pen, so we would isolate him.
That's why you fucking had some issues, Dill. You got to do some crazy.
Probably, but we just kind of felt like it was, I don't know, it was brutal on him. But we've penned him in an area the size of a crate. He would wake up, shit, and fall asleep next to like.
Yeah. That's why you got to crate him, so that it's like literally knows that like that is the area that he sleeps in and only has like the area to sleep in. But like I had a pit bull, I crate trained him, and he, in his more like stubborn days would sometimes even shit in his crate. You know what I mean? You just and sleep in the shit. Sometimes dogs do that. They're just like,
Dog's gonna do what a dog's gonna do. Yeah, I love big dogs. If I'm gonna have a dog, it has to be a big dog. Small dogs are kind of annoying, for real. They're hard to train, to not bark and shit. Like, it's just a lot. I love a big doggo, though. Kaya's gonna be so fucking big and cute. Oh my god. I mean, she's already very cute, but... It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yep.
And it's not even always like, oh, he had to go, and that's why. The issue I have right now with Kaya is, and she's a mutt. I haven't gotten the DNA test results back yet, but she's like part Tibetan Mastiff, very stubborn breed, unfortunately. and very independent, very smart, but incredibly stubborn. Goes outside, doesn't fucking poop.
Yep.
Was fine the first couple of days, was pooping outside. I was like, oh my God, this dog's brilliant. Like, it's going to be so easy. It's going to be a breeze.
Brilliant.
Now, goes outside, plays, comes inside, takes a shit inside the house, looking right at me. I'm like, what are you doing? You know this is wrong. This is immoral.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's just like, yeah, fuck you. What are you going to do about it, bitch? Pick up my shit right now.
Dude,
Farley potty trained in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Really?
It's very hit or miss. Some dogs are just like that.
He's a little dickhead, but he's super smart.
Yeah.
Our dog is super smart. I don't know if he was an idiot the first like 8 months of his life or if he was pretending, but dude, yeah, I mean he did a lot of the same stuff. And I mean basically there was like my wife went away for a month back home, and I was raising this bozo, like just me and him.
Oh, that's the hardest, dude.
And yeah, I was like, yo, like we're beefing. Like you are like the tenant I can't evict. I mean, he would follow me around the house. I would be doing something. He would get his paws like onto a surface that's not the floor.
Yeah.
Piss. Like because he thought it was a pee pad. So anything I had on the ground, he would just go and he's just pissing.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm just leave, man. I'm just leave you food. Like I'm
Passing out. All right. Thanks for being here, Cultivides. Good night.
gone. This is
Stance sent
oh
me.
my
Dude, I know
Yeah.
exactly that feeling. Yeah, it's just you this like blood boiling rage that you find yourself in because you're like, I'm trying so fucking hard right now to like fix this problem.
Yep.
And you are just so uncooperative, you
Yep.
fucking shit. Oh man.
Yeah, now he's adorable. I mean every guest. Like he's the friendliest dog I've probably ever seen in my life. So
Yeah.
he's great now.
It's the best.
My grandparents now, every day I'm like, dog pics.
Yeah.
Dog pics. They're like, what about you? Send a photo of you and Lucy. I'm like, all right, here, dog pics. Now, dog's like
you guys are
standing
trading
up.
photos.
Yeah.
I like that. My grandparents are not very fond of dogs. I'm surprised that your grandparents from the old world are
They
good
never
with dogs.
They weren't.
Oh.
And they didn't know if they were gonna like him. They were very scared. They didn't want to babysit for a prolonged period of time. But he grows on everybody. Like he grew
Yeah.
on my in-laws too. They were like, oh, he's like too hyper. 3-4 days, like they left. They're like, yeah, how's Benji?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
That's how it is for my like when I first got my first dog who passed away, Fish, he's a pit bull. Everyone was terrified of dogs. Turkish people don't like dogs.
Oh, they like cats, right? There's cats everywhere.
Yeah, they love cats. And there's a lot of stray dogs in Turkey too. So like people just like develop a fear early on in their lives of dogs. My brother was fucking so scared. He was deathly terrified of dogs. Now he has a dog. You know what I mean? Like, and basically my entire family, except for my grandfather, the one I talked about, the logical one, the engineer one, with the exception of my grandfather, everybody loves the dog. He still thinks like, what are you doing?
He calculated. He was like, it's too dirty, and you know the love doesn't balance out.
And also like he's like the dogs have utility guy. Like in his brain, he's like, why is this dog not outside defending the home?
Why doesn't this dog have a job?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why is the dog inside? Why are you letting the dog lick you?
Yep. Oh
Like, I don't understand.
I mean,
that.
listen, I watched my dog lick his nuts for like 30 minutes and then walk up to me. I'm like, back up. Get that tongue away from me. Like you don't even. Yeah. Well, at least he doesn't like eat his own poop. Like some female dogs eat their own poop. So
yeah. Well, she's actually really good with that. It's just
like eating it or
yeah, she eats it all.
Eats
so
it
there's
right
no
up
poop left.
hungry.
No, I haven't had that issue with her yet. Okay, I'm sure that'll fucking come.
I didn't
up
know that was a
eventually, too.
female dog thing.
Yeah, it's
No, male dogs do it too. It's because they have because they're too stupid still. Like when they're puppies, they smell the food in their own feces, and then they like think that it's edible.
No, that's fucking hilarious.
different thing.
Wait, what did you hear?
I've heard that it's like it's like defense, especially the smaller the dog. It's worried that if it poops, it'll leave a scent and get hunted.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think of it like that.
Guess we
But
gotta-
I've seen my trainer's Belgian Malinois try to go after his own poop, and I thought it was because there's like food pellets in it. You know what I mean? Particles. So like they can't distinguish between poop and food sometimes when they're really young.
Sometimes it's hard to distinguish between what's good and shit. And that's why our next section is behind the paywall. It might be shit or it might be great. You'll never know until you jump into our Patreon.
ever done it?
Sign up.
So sift through the feces and enjoy those pellets of content. Thanks for joining
That's
us.
the worst. That's the worst segue you could have done for the Patreon.
I'm doing my best.
Patreon.com/fearround. It's not gonna be poop. It's gonna be really great. And we'll bring Kaya in here too.
Where can we find you? If they don't know of you already, which I'm sure they do. And what do you have coming up?
YouTube. That's probably the best. I'm Gotham Chess everywhere except TikTok because I had an account on there with a very old number.
Yeah.
And TikTok's support is it's like 3 hamsters just like manning like a whole building.
Yeah.
So they also didn't verify me. I'm like the most followed chess channel, and they were like, nope. I'm like, I sent you an ID and an ID in front of my monitor, a photo in front of my monitor with my account. Like that's me. And they were like, nope.
Newspaper.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's really bad. If you fuck up on TikTok, I don't know, you got to make a new account. But it's Gotham Chess everywhere. I think probably the most exciting thing I have coming up, like for me personally, outside of just more digital chess stuff, is a book. So basically, kind of like redefining how chess is taught in text. It's going to be like a very fun read. It's a book that if you got 15 minutes and you're tired and you're like trying to make a change and not scroll through TikToks before bed, which is what I do all the time, you could read this book and you don't need another chessboard. You just read it and you go, oh shit, that was cool. I learned something.
Nice.
Put a bookmark and
What's the name of it?
It's called How to Win at Chess. And then like the subtitle is The Ultimate Guide for Beginners and Beyond. But it comes out in October. Like, I mean, it's pre-order now, but it's only coming out. The book industry is wild.
That is.
I learned that the hard way. There's like 4. It's like airlines. I think it's a worse monopoly than airlines. Actually.
Yeah,
there's
it's
4.
it's the publishers own the entire marketplace. There's like a couple.
Yep.
Who are you going with? Who'd you go with?
Penguin.
Penguin.
But like an imprint of Penguin. So like it's a smaller one that was owned by them. And I was very excited. I had like a couple of big ones bidding, like a bidding war. I learned. Yeah, it was so wild
cool.
to learn about all this. But it's the whole system is it's kind of like a mafia style. They give you an advance, and then they every time you sell a book, like I thought, okay, I sell a book, and it goes toward the advance.
Yeah.
No, you get 10% of the share of whatever the cost was. That goes to paying off the advance. So they strip you of the 90% of the book sale, and your 10% is used. So it takes much longer to pay it off. So you got to sell like
a lot of books,
mid 5 figures, like low 6 figures to like actually make back the advance.
Yeah.
It's
Damn.
Yeah, it's they're a cartel. We can talk more
That's
about
how they
that
get you.
behind the paywall at patreon.com/fearand. We'll see you next time. Peace. Bro, this is called market research. What are you doing? You're fucking up. You need to know this stuff.
Yeah, but aren't they like 7?
Doesn't matter. 7-year-olds, dude. This is iPad kids. 7-year-olds have access to the internet.
They have access to every. Yeah.
You better be
They're
out there.
already brawling with the best of them.
Oh,
You better be out there fucking writing some Google Gaga ass like TikTok videos for 7-year-olds, dude.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna write a book like.
Yeah, here's
babies.
Which chess pieces taste the best?
So true. So true. Taste of chess pieces tier list 1.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
You should do that. Yeah.
I should.
Which one? Which one's the best binky?
Come on, man.
Based. Let him
Oh my
cook.
god. Yeah. 7-year-olds, they're like.
When he said that about the rook, I felt that.
Yeah.
He was so real for that. This was good. That was very good. Wait. Did I show you the new Dark Brandon remix? I think I did, but I'm gonna play it again.
Folks, it's wonderful to be back here again. Let me start at a serious note. Stand up. Come on. You Sam, ain't you? I Sam Wise. Dark Brandon. Stand up. Get up. You Sam over the hill. Headline. Dark Brandon. Stand up. Come on. Biden's advanced age is the big issue. Dark Brandon. Stand up. Get up. Trump's, however, is not. Give me a break. In a lot of ways, this dinner sums up my first 2 years in office. I'll talk for 10 minutes, take 0 questions, and cheerfully walk away. If you find yourself disoriented or confused, it's either you're drunk or Marjorie Taylor Greene. I love that guy. Like I often say, I love NPR because they whisper into the mic like I do. But not everybody loves NPR. Elon Musk tweeted that it should be defunded. Well, the best way to make NPR go away is for Elon Musk to buy it.
That's definitely where things are headed.
For sure. Stand up. Come on. You same ancient. I same wise. Mark Brandon. Stand up. Get up. You same over the hill. Headline. Mark Brandon. Stand up. Come on. Right? Advanced age is a big issue. Mark Brandon. Stand up. Get up. Trump's, however, is not. Give me a break. Yeah, I know. I just announced my re-election campaign. Like I often say, come on, man. But the job isn't finished. I mean, it is finished for Tucker Carlson. It's bad. It's a lie. Ron DeSantis, he was asked if he had a mandate. He said, hell no, I'm straight. I'm here. I'm a new woman. MSNBC owned by NBC Universal. Fox News owned by Dominion Voting Systems. Is that accurate or not accurate? That is accurate. I'd call Fox honest, fair, and truthful. Then I could be sued for defamation. Stand up. Come on. You same ancient. I same wise. Mark Brandon. Stand up. Get up. You same over the hill. Headline. Mark Brandon. Stand up. Come on. Right? Advanced age is a big issue. Mark Brandon. Stand up. Get up. Trump's, however, is not. Give me a break.
Un, due, tre, quattro. No quick head in my bed, I can't have that. Want that long neck, not talking giraffe neck. Ain't no laying down, man, we about to have late fun. I'm about to make your balls tick up like space buns. Want your dick soaked? Place it down my throat. Tongue tickle your dick, but not telling a joke. Pedal in this pussy, that's how you rock a boat. Get live in this pussy, I'm not talking Periscope. In the sheets, I am a bully. Get more head than a hoodie. Every time you make me come, it looks just like vanilla pudding. Get on your face all day, please say it hurt me. Then I turn around and give the dick more kisses than Hershey's. Yo, dick brick hard like a metal. I got 3 holes for it like a pretzel. Tight as a virgin, boy, don't get nervous. I'm here to serve you customer service. I save dick by giving a CPR. I save dick by giving a CPR. Put my mouth on it like CPR. Let's make porn and watch it on VCR. I think we should fuck up in every zip code. It would make a pussy wetter than a fish bowl. Pussy a kitty cat, I pet it like a pet. I fuck doggy style so much I need to go to the vet. Hot box more like a scorching pussy. Open this coochie up like a fortune cookie. Peel banana in my mouth, watch my tongue go 8. Your dick getting more blows than a birthday cake. When I'm near it, no I don't fear it. Licking on that penis like a letter when I feel it. Today way better than my past vlog. And if you want a point, I can give you an ass job. Pussy already wet, don't need no lube ointment. Dick twisting in my stomach like food poisoning. That's how you know when you hit the spot. I'll make your pants unzip more than Ziploc. Yo, dick brick hard like a metal. I got 3 holes for it like a pretzel. Tight as a virgin, boy, don't get nervous. I'm here to serve you customer service. I save dick by giving a CPR. I save dick by giving a CPR. Put my mouth on it like CPR. Let's make porn and watch it on VCR. Anything goes when you open my hole. Dirty panties from the sex, yeah, I got me some loads. Listen, I'm the most explicit. Long steak inside my river, but we not going fishing. Know what to do every time you have a horrible day. I'll eat that sausage all day like it's Memorial Day. I'm talking barbecue sauce and mustard on it. And the mayonnaise comes when you bust right on it. Name anything freaky and you know I'm about that shit. Only time I'm not on the dick is when I'm about to shit. Pubic hair's all in my mouth, not again. So when I suck your dick now I use bobby pin. Who need a gym when you got dick to work you out? I want my face to lose weight, so stroke my mouth. And anytime my pussy wanna be hairy like Harry Potter. Becky with the good hair is what you could call it. Let's get it. A little faster. A little more.
Me puse mi mejor Jordan, un nombre italiano escrito en la correa. Los diamantes brillan con la combi nueva y me sube la nota cuando la canción suena. Te estuve buscando pero no te encontré. Necesito tu número, que alguien me lo dé. Es que quiero enseñarte un par de cosas que sé. Dame tu location.
Do it now, lick it good. Suck this pussy just like you should.
Okay. I was looking to see if I wanted to do anything else, but I don't. I'm tired. I just realized it's like very late, so I will be back Thursday.
All you ladies pop your pussy
Wait.
like this. Shake your
Friday.
body, don't
Wait.
stop, don't
What?
miss.
Hang on.
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your
Thursday.
body, don't
Yeah,
stop,
I'll be
don't
back
miss.
Thursday.
My neck,
All right.
my back.
I'll see you
lick
then.
My pussy and my
Adios.
crack. My lick my pussy and my crack. First you gotta put your neck into it. Don't stop, just do it, do it. Then you roll your tongue from the crack back to the front, and then you suck it off till I shake and come. Make sure I keep busting nuts all over your face and stuff. Slow head, show me so much love. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. Lick my pussy, Bobby. You might roll dubs, you might have G's, but fuck that, get on your knees. Try me, I'll make you see. Your bitches ain't got shit on me. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
I had a dream. We did the disco funk dance. If you entrust me with the presidency, I will draw on the best of us.